I have 100 days to beat Icarus Prometheus Map. Between the deadly creatures, the deadly biomes, and the deadly missions, this is going to be a challenge. We have to beat the final boss within the 100 days. Can I put my skills to the test and actually beat this boss within that 100 days? No! Ah! Whoa! 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 Oh, GG. The 100 days challenge will start right here. Can we do it or will we fail? The time to find out is right now. Oh my god, they knocked me out and chucked me in another space pod. Where am I landing this time?
Welcome to Prometheus, Prospector. This place has only been accessible to approved scientists and faction contractors, till now. But it looks like the UDA are finally opening it up for the rest of us.
Day one had started and I couldn't figure out whether that was a positive or a negative thing that they'd opened up Prometheus to me. Are they playing games or are they actually doing something nice? So like usual, I had to start getting myself some gear to survive the first night. No, scary horsey. What the fuck is that? It's a deer, Shane. It's a deer. Yes, I know. I'm scared of a deer. I'm a really good survivor. It's a bear cub. Hold up. Hold up. So I was scared of a bear cub. Hey, I don't know. It could be vicious. I don't want to die to a little baby bear cub at the start. There's only some rocks. There's a rock. Let me in! My fear was misplaced. I was scared 1 second, then I was looking at pretty little rocks on the ground. Go figure, right? We're going to build pretty close at the start, so we're going to build like right over here near our drop pod, just for now. So after a little bit of fear from a baby bear cub and a deer, it was time to farm. Try and get my base set up for the first day, because if I don't do that, then I will probably die like every other time on day one. Yeah, nothing like a little bit of oxide candy to get your lungs opened up in the morning. A wooden shovel. I think we're going to need a wooden shovel for the dirt foundation, so we need to level up one more time. It seemed like everything was going well. I was farming all the stones I needed, all the wood I needed to start making all my tools and all my building supplies. But nothing ever goes well or right if you think it's going good. Huh? Cause that... What was that? I'm actually having shivers go down my spine right now. What was that? Oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? No, 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 no. It's a fucking demon. After running into what I thought was Satan, I continued my farming, knowing that I'd got away. Probably should make a fire whacker. Increase my health. Movement speed. Increase health. Huh? What's that noise? Have you ever felt like something was watching you over your shoulder constantly and you were just so paranoid? Usually trust your instincts. There's nothing wrong about being a scaredy cat if it's legitimate. Huh? No! No! And just like that on day one, I've run into a new creature that I've never seen before. I have to run for my life right now. All I've got is a shovel and a hatchet. What can I do to fight? And in my fear, what I did was try to hit it with the shovel. No! Then finally got to a rock. It's usually my safe place. What does that mean? No! It's scary! No, 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 no. And with the upper hand, I started swinging away for my life. I need to survive the first day. I killed it! I'm bleeding. However, that victory didn't come with its downfalls. Right now, I'm bleeding. I need to get a base down. I need to get a fire down. I need to get food into a campfire. I need to survive. Oh, Zakia. He scared me just then. A bird scared me. I'm that scared now that now all I want to do is get into my safe base. I want to get a nice bit of food going. I want to just get this day done. However, I'm still dying. I've got minimal amount of health. If another one of these demon dogs comes out of nowhere, I could actually die. I now need to learn from my mistakes. I'm making arrows, I'm making a bow, I'm getting bones, I'm getting every single resource I need. My base is coming together, got a little window to keep an eye out for all these demon dogs, and I'm expanding. I'm even putting down dirt foundations so that my base doesn't catch on fire and we don't lose our base within the first day. The storm started to roll in, and with that, the day is actually starting to come to an end. We've got limited time right now before the second day. We need to make progress. I need antibiotics, I don't have that. I can make a bandage. However, we are dying. In my struggle, I decided to make a bandage. It got rid of one of my issues, but I've got a festering wound that needs antibiotics to be able to fix. However, we have no ability to be able to make that right now. It's only day one. We've got no resources. All we have is our base, our fire, some food to keep us alive, but that's not all. We need more than just that. With the day coming to an end, we are starting to get thirsty. And without water, you know what happens then? You actually start to die even more. We're actually going to die. It's about to end day one. Can we make it through day one and die on day two? Please. Please, at least that. Oh, now I can see. With that, I now had a torch. And with the torch, I can go out and find some fruit to hopefully keep my hydration up. And if I can keep my hydration up with some fruit, then I'll be able to go find some water in the next day and survive for more than one day. Carrots are good. Carrots are great. Carrots are amazing. Never thought I'd be so happy to see carrots in my life. The wind's kicking in. The storm's coming. It's day two. We're surviving somehow. I see things that I never saw before. Ah, get inside. However, those carrots don't actually give you hydration. They just give you food. So I kind of messed up.
Antibiotic paste. I need silica ore and yeast. Oh my god. Storm's kicking in again.
Then I realized that the antibiotics that I actually need is stuff that I don't actually have and haven't been able to find yet. So I'm going to have to deal with an infection for a long time now.
Oh no, no. The hammer out. Repair.
If this house comes down, I've had a bad second day. I've had a bad first day. My second day can't be any worse, can it?
Should have had that out just then. Damn it. I could have had water. Still raining, still raining.
In my haste worrying about water, I actually didn't realize that my festering wound had healed itself. How about that? It's gone. I don't need antibiotics.
I saw demon eyes. I see it. It's coming for me. You see the eyes just there? I hit it. What the f***? There's another one!
With my wound healed, I felt invincible.
Oh sh**, they're everywhere!
That was my first mistake. My second would be
they're ganging up on me!
Hitting this demon dog and having the entire family come for me and try and kill me. Now I was trapped on this rock for a long time.
Die, demon! I shall exorcise you from this f***ing earth! Die, demon dog! You shall be exorcised.
And with that victory against multiple demon dogs, I felt even more invincible now. No wound. I've got food. I've got leather. I've got everything I need to start making everything for my base.
Why did someone just scream?
And then I heard another noise. There was more demon dogs around. They wanted revenge.
Be like the rest of us. Chew on some oxygen. So far the storms haven't been too bad.
So you know when I said I felt invincible? I started making really stupid mistakes. I shot one of these crazy horses and...
Ow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, horsey. I'm sorry. Hasn't rained.
The lack of water was making me increasingly frustrated.
Health, movement speed. That's what you need.
Though I wasn't lacking water in real life.
I need to take a oh! My avatar doesn't need to as much as I do. What the f is going on? Where did his body go?
And this is where the mistakes started happening.
Oh!
Just like that, I'm half health and I'm lacking water.
Alright, we need to prepare another base for down at that water. We need to be near water so we don't die.
Yeah, we don't talk about dying here because we will bring it into fruition and we'll end up dying super early and I don't want that to happen.
Those. I'm gonna trust that nothing's trying to kill me right now.
Yeah, right, Shane, it always is.
Oh!
Speak of the devil and it shall appear.
Hits like a tank.
In the form of a really tall chicken with long legs. However, it was time to move down to a new base location. There was water down here with a little ledge and a little cliff that looks like a really nice location to call home and build up a fortification.
Oh, f me! No!
Look, let's talk for a second. Why am I still getting scared of a deer? I am terrified so much of the other creatures in this planet that a deer is scaring me. So now I have to take my power back. It's time to kill a deer. Hey, it almost killed itself.
No, go away. I don't want to fight, sir. No! How's he know how to get upstairs? They're evolving! No, they're evolving! No!
You know what, it's not one of my proudest moments to almost die to a tall chicken nugget. However, I eventually survived after freaking out like crazy, killed its ancestry lion, and then started building the rest of my base. I need to make this place secure and actually make a place to survive for the next whatever amount of days.
Fireplace. Scared. Give me some food. Wood in there.
The main goal is to get some food going, get my health back up, and try and survive a bit longer.
Ow!
Yeah, this is now called the Idiot's Guide to Survival.
Oh! She can climb! No!
I swear these animals are evolving. They're climbing things, they're chasing me down, they're working their way up to actually kill me. I'm actually kind of scared that these chicken nuggets are going to evolve so far that I'll never survive.
Oh! What the f is that?
Then some demon came out of the sky to try and kill me. It swooped down and almost took me up into the heavens. I really didn't need this. I was just dealing with the demon dogs, now the chicken nuggets, and now a flying bird creature that wants to take me away.
Oh, there's another one!
And they started coming out of everywhere. They were swarming me from all different angles. I didn't know when they were going to sweep me. Now my paranoia was increasing. But you know what? When it comes to being scared, you have to take your power back. So I killed one, and that was going to end day 2.
Let's go! Let's fight! Day 3.
Day 3, I woke up with the most confidence I've ever had. I ran out with my spear, and it was time to take on the chicken nuggets with just a melee weapon. I had to prove to myself, and prove to all of them, and prove that I'm the alpha of this planet. So, I started killing every creature in the area, harvesting their meat, harvesting their hide, building my base and making my presence here known. I was not going to be scared anymore. I was not going to be terrified anymore. And with that, I had stag meat, I had everything I needed. Water was starting to gain in my water catchment.
Days right now. Stag meat and everything. We should have some water out here, right?
And we were starting to survive. Day 3 was a massive turnaround for me.
Yes, we got water.
I was surviving. The storms may be coming in. Started to adventure out to see what other locations were around. I kind of went into a acid area that I wasn't too sure what it was.
Ooh, why did it just become very ominous? Nope.
So I turned right back around. After taking out a few more terrifying deers, it was time to go back to base and start upgrading and learning some new skills.
Moonfern, iron knife, iron axe, iron pickaxe, iron spear.
Those were just some of the things that I'd actually had to research. I wanted to research everything, build my skills, build my tech tree up, and be prepared to go to the iron tier. I finally got some payback on that horse with a spear. I started to gain so much confidence. I was killing every creature that used to terrify me with spears.
Crafting bench is crafted.
Finally got myself a crafting bench down. That means I can build so many more creations and expand beyond anything I was before. We're finally out of the starting stage and now we're moving on.
Making water and pestle. Yes.
However, with that, it requires a lot of farming, a lot of prep, a lot of adventure. I found my first cave. It was a water entrance and I wasn't too sure what was going to be in here. I wanted to see if there was resources. We needed to actually get some iron. If we wanted iron tools, we needed some iron. So a cave generally is the place you would want to go. I walked for ages through here, went out the other side, came back and finally found the cave I was looking for. Though those little worm creatures were in here and only having a bow, it took a bit of a battle to actually get through here. With the victor comes the spoils. And there was so much iron in here, my stone pickaxe could barely handle it. I farmed everything I could find and then started making my way back to base.
Level up from iron ore mining.
We were about to go to Iron Tier, and in going to Iron Tier, it unlocked so much more. We made some bone armor, iron pickaxe, with an iron hatchet. However, I need to not get too complacent, because getting complacent means death, and we all know how that goes for me. It was now day 4 and we're making a better bow. We went out to do some hunting and to go adventure a little bit more. We found ourselves a jaguar. Those things are usually terrifying for me, but I was killing everything. But you know what? In killing that jaguar, I made a lot of creatures start to come for me. Pumbaa and his mate came and tried to kill me. Then the flying creatures decided to come out of nowhere and start swooping me even more. Things were starting to go bad.
Nope. There's a jaguar!
With the storm raging and creatures coming for me, it started to go bad. This could be the downfall. I started making a campfire for my cave that I was at.
Stressed out.
If I can ride out this storm, get back, I'll be safe and I'll be fine. However, when the thing's that simple when it comes to survival for me, I decided to start a fight with something I probably shouldn't have, and that became the catalyst for what was about to happen.
Well, I'm sorry, it was a prank. It was a prank.
What started as one horse and a pig soon became a party.
It's a prank! No! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I died on day 4. Holy the ambush.
And just like that, I died on day 4. 4 days in and I died. I didn't realize it, but I got ambushed by, I would say, the biggest group of jaguars I've ever seen. I don't know why that happened. Maybe it was karma for feeling so powerful in a world that I didn't know anything about. Could that be what it was? Could it be that I was so confident in my ability to survive that Prometheus had to put me back in my place? I ended up going back to my old base and repairing it. It had fallen apart to the storm. Going back to my main base now and leveling up a bunch of stats from all the levels that I got from fighting some of those jaguars that didn't kill me. And I can't believe I actually died to those jaguars before. That's just ridiculous. I was doing so well and now I'm dead. It was time to check out the missions.
This thing on? Oh, right. Greetings, contractor. Do I really have to read all this? Fine, whatever. This station will enable you to contact Norex for exclusive contracts via our proprietary AI assistant, Agent.
Hey, Prospector. This place is pretty different from the rest of the Terra Zone, huh? Data on this section of Icarus is limited and mostly classified. What we do know is the terraforming did None.
And just like that, on day 4, we were starting our first mission. A newfound respect for this planet.
There's the pod. And there's a... What the hell is that? This damn place. You can either take it out or sneak past it.
You know me and my toxic personality. I have to take it out because I can't just do it without finding something. So I did, and I killed it.
Looks like land wasn't the only thing adapted around here. UDA hasn't been very forthcoming with information, but I've heard rumors. Some of them are locals. Some seem to be altered versions of Earth wildlife. All of them weird, and probably dangerous.
I mean, that guy is my guy, but he talks a lot.
Hello, Prospector.
Not just...
Simplified Mission Prospector.
Oh man, we
Verified
getting hacked.
Retrieve
What's
Connection
going on?
Verified. Refer to me as
We actually getting
Simple.
hacked.
You stupid robot.
My function is to guide you through basic assignments for the UDAA. Communication is one way.
Not much of a replacement then. Bucket of bolts.
Your first mission is to cultivate and harvest 1 tomato.
So now, on day 5, I feel like an experiment. They are treating me like their own little lab rat right now. So, with this new AI taking over my guy's mission for me, I now have to try and plant a seed, grow a crop, see how it reacts, and send it back up to him like a good little boy. Are we going to do that straight away? Of course we are, because hey, I want some rewards, and I'm struggling out here right now. I need some rewards.
Good start, Prospector. Here, have some praise. Well done. Congratulations. I always knew.
Jeez, I really appreciate that praise that you gave me. It felt so loving and so warm. So with that mission accepted, I decided to start preparing for my mission that I need to do. I found a horse outside my base. I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to actually tame it or move on from now. We have this mission that we have to get done, and this AI chick just won't leave us alone. She now wants us to do an extra mission on top of
One of
everything.
your fellow contractors has been severely injured and returned to orbit for treatment. They have requested help in locating and escorting their pet blueback that was abandoned during extraction. You are advised that once the aforementioned creature has been escorted back to the contractor's encampment, you may make use of any of the supplies left behind.
Masonry bench. Stone structures. So with a few more unlocks, we decided to go head out and try and complete this extra mission on top of the one we're already doing.
Shut the f up.
However, outside of base, there was a demon dog trying to cause problems. We dealt with that real quickly and headed off to try and find our little friend that we have to kind of guide across the map to its safe spot.
Daisy, is this you? Hey, buddy.
Yeah, things started to happen and Daisy kind of had an unfortunate accident.
What a shame. I will inform the critically damaged contractor their beloved mount has perished. The impact on their resolve remains uncertain. Please return to your previous objective and place the sample in the OES pod when ready.
So after letting an unstable, emotionally damaged prospector's only pet die, it's now time to move on and hopefully finish the rest of this mission.
Yes? Yes.
Upgraded a few more things and
Attention,
then it was
Prospector.
about time
Your
for the mission to be
sample has
over.
grown to an acceptable maturity and is ready for processing. Please place it in the OES pod for retrieval.
So, I harvested it, and now it was time to put it into the pod. It was time to finish one of our first missions. Passing one of our first missions gets me a lot of credits, which allows me to buy some items from up in the space station.
Not sure if this had been brought up before, but we have a new way of doing things now. Senatai have come up with a fancy new way of shipping your exotic hauls off-world. They're calling it the Orbital Exchange System.
The hell was that noise?
OES. Abandoning all your planet-side tech is a thing of the past, if you prefer. Chuck them in the pod, and it drops it all off at the station. Pretty cool, huh? It's free for now.
Oh, wow.
Still
Gold
testing
War.
the pods. Well, that about covers it.
What did I get for that?
Your next
Oh,
few
well, it's some
missions will be
points.
delivered from the disembodied robot voice until you get back to UDA level. Everyone out here is starting from scratch. Gotta prove your mettle. I'll see you in a bit. Try not to die out here.
Already have. Multiple times. Don't worry about that.
With the completion of that mission, I requested myself a new backpack, which allowed my stats to be a lot greater. It would allow more slots inside of my backpack to carry more resources, and it just helped me improve my survivability on this planet that I don't even know what to expect it. So, after grabbing that item from the drop pod, I started getting ambushed by all the devil dogs in the area.
Holy sh...
I don't say this lightly, but the entire map of devil dogs started to come for my base. I don't know what I did to anger them, whether it's revenge or what, but they are coming for me hard.
Why is there so many?
After the devil dogs were dealt with eventually, it took me forever to kill all these guys. I had to kill every single one of them, otherwise they would move around, destroy my base, kill me, and I wouldn't be able to survive. Went back to base and started upgrading it, expanding it a bit bigger, actually taming my first chicken nugget, putting a bed down, putting some food down, and making a nice little porch at the front, some defensive walls, and then it was time to sit inside, eat some food, and go to sleep for the night, because this would end day 5 and our progression towards the final day and the final boss fight. Day 6 started off pretty rough. There was a massive storm coming in. I woke up to the clap of the thunder that was coming through my windows. However, today was the day. Today I was going to start upgrading a bunch more stuff. I was going to start working on all my progression, all my workbenches, all my farming equipment, everything. Today was a day of progression. We're going to have a beautiful base set up.
To claim ownership.
It was time to claim my first chicken nugget. And yes, this is a changing point right now.
Just got my first tame. Hey buddy. Good boy.
After claiming my first tame, it was time to run out to further distances where caves were that we hadn't found yet. So we went on an adventure to find a few more caves and find more resources. We did a bunch of farming, got a bunch more level ups, and then came back to base and started crafting a few more items that we needed, like torches to brighten up our house.
It's not good. We gotta get back to base because it's gonna light up our house.
However, no day goes good because it was coming towards the end of another day, and guess what was happening again? A storm started rolling in. That was way too close. I ran as fast as I could back to base because I know if I get zapped by lightning I could die, and if my base gets zapped by lightning it can catch on fire. I may have prevented the floor from catching on fire, but Mother Nature has other ideas, so I need to repair the base quickly, make sure that I'm ready to put out any fires that happen in this lightning storm, and be prepared for the worst. That would be the end of day 6. We survived. Just. It was now day 7 and today was a day of upgrades. We need to upgrade this base as much as possible. We need to go to stone so we can be protected from storms and from creatures around the area because we don't know what's lurking out there. And just like that,
What the fuck is that?
just after upgrading, this is what I saw outside my base. I have no idea what that thing is. It's looking good, it's really cozy.
We have to expand.
Just like that, we have to expand. We've outgrown our base within 1 day. We are progressing that fast.
What the fuck is it doing?
I made a mistake, a grave mistake.
No! It's fast! I killed it. Oh my god.
So I ended up taking out that creature that was outside at night time. I thought, it's not going to be too hard. It looks like it's slow. Yeah, I made a mistake and it came for my life. Now I feel like I'm super strong. I can defeat anything. We went back to base, started to upgrade and expand our base even more. I'll be honest with the amount of progress I actually got done in day 7 was actually crazy. I expanded my base, made it stone, and put fortifications down on the outside. Now nothing's ever going to get in here. We're going to be perfectly safe to have a lot of tames. And that's the goal. Lots of mounts, lots of tames. And in the same day, we're even trying to progress to the cement tier or to the concrete tier. That would be huge.
We're gonna make ourselves a cement mixer, cement mixer, cement mixer.
I actually can't believe it. I've put down cement mixer. I'm now going to start making the concrete tier. The base is going to start coming along so fast that before I blink, I'll be against the boss and dying multiple times. So I started taking out a few more creatures, get my level up, trying to get to the next. I want to get to a weapon. I want to get to a better weapon than just a bow. That would be perfect right now. So I started unlocking a bunch of things with all the levels that I have now. And now we have ourselves a forge as well. A better forge.
There we go.
Day 7 was a massive day for us. We've made so much progress. It almost feels like clockwork now. I wake up, I jump on my tame, I go farm some more, I come back and smelt it down, I go outside and get attacked and almost killed. It feels like I'm in a repeated nightmare right now. Day 8 has started off rough, but we're getting there. We're researching a bunch more stuff, we're crafting everything we need. However, like most days, the storms just don't let up, and a storm started rolling in, a really bad one. After the storm had passed, I started researching a few more items than we're going to really need in the future. I need the shotgun shells, I need a few others. However, like most days, I almost fell to my death off of the cliff, but we leveled up, and that's a positive. Went back to base and got a few more levels into my harvesting so that I can gain more when I'm harvesting and not have to go out as much.
Hey!
I swear these horses are so dysfunctional and just want to kill everything I have. They snuck into my base because I left the gate open. Shane, you're being stupid. As I was trying to make torches for my base so I can have some good lighting in here, I didn't feel so scared and I didn't feel so worried, and I could feel more comfy inside my base, a crocodile decided it would slowly try and sneak up on my base. I'm not going to have that. So, in my mind, I have to go kill it. However, I didn't realize how strong it was actually going to be. I shot it with all my arrows, then I had to try and kill it with a spear, and this thing just wouldn't die. It took ages to kill.
Killed it. That was a lot harder than I expected.
That's what she said.
I just used all my steel to make useless. All it's gonna do is make me some more foundations that I wanted to make. Wasted all that steel. Oh no, I didn't, because I made this. Okay, I didn't waste it. I'm just an idiot.
After using my steel to craft the one item I needed to be able to make the next tier in items, such as pickaxe and hatchet, I was very keen. I was making so much more progress on one more day ahead that I was actually looking forward to this boss fight in the end. I think I can do this. I think I can do it this time. I reckon I can achieve what I need to achieve. If I keep making the progress that I'm making right now, I feel like I have a good shot at beating that final boss. Although I don't know how scary it's going to be or how difficult, so I have to over-prepare. Come on, buddy, come inside. We don't want to leave you out here with this. Come on. As the storm raged on towards the end of the night, once again, the trees outside my base lit on fire. If they fell on my base right now, I wouldn't be too bad off because A, I prepared earlier and made this stone. Holy, see that? It just struck right near my base. However, the storm raged on for the entire night, and that would end day 8.
Habitat acquired. Build a home for your new pet. Bedding, food and water. Aren't I just a good dad? I'll fucking poke you. Drink. What is that thing?
I decided to adventure out into the swamplands for probably the second or third time now. I found some weird creature, I killed it like usual, and then I got trapped in a cave for what seemed like almost half the day. The storm wouldn't stop, it was acid rain. If I stepped outside too long, it would drain my health super quick, so I had to stay here all day. I finally got back to base, added down a new workbench, farmed a bunch of wood, and worked towards a progression in our main goal, which is getting better armor, getting better building supplies, and actually finally getting a weapon for once. Once we have that, easy mode.
Yeah, that's right. Come down here. I'm gonna jump on the ship. And I'm gonna ambush y'all. I'm gonna take over the space station.
After threatening the UDA, it was time to get a new mission.
Seems like Group 15 have a thief on their hands. Think you can catch him?
So now I have to chase down a thief. I didn't really want to do that mission just yet, so I went out trying to farm some new resources that I found. However, I don't have the right tools for it. Walked into a cave and run into my natural enemy, bees. I'm allergic. Not good. Then I got trapped out at night time with just my torch, and I didn't really see the edge of the cliff and almost got my tame killed. Yeah, remember how I said I was a good dad and I'd made a base for my tames and everything like that? Yeah, I'm going to be the reason they die eventually. They're not going to last long if I keep falling off cliffs and I keep threatening them if they don't drink water. It's the end of day 9. Day 10 is the day we're finally making our first gun. That means that we're going to be able to take out any creatures that come our way. It may be bold action, but it's going to make a difference. Now we're going to make some armor. We're going to be fully geared up. Oh, we've even got a newer tier of farming items. This means that our progression in one day has become even better than the previous days. We're going to be able to farm so much more wood, ore, and rocks to be able to expand our base and move through the day a lot quicker. I took my new item out to go test it on all these different creatures and found some really weird ones out in the swamp. Farmed a bunch more ore and then found these weird creatures that drop these acid bomb things down on top of things. So, no. They're striking bound. I'm out. See you later. After that, I found myself stuck in some thorns. I didn't realize, but it actually gets you fully stuck into it if you slow down too much. You need to use a sickle to be able to get out of it, and if you don't have one, you're basically stuck here until you die. So always carry yourself a sickle whenever you're in the swamp lands. When I finally got back to base, it was time to start making some interior floors to make it nice and wood inside, make it comfy, make it cozy. This is what I wanted. I can say that I shot that on purpose to test it, but it was an accident. I unlocked a bunch more things, did a few more creatures that were trying to come towards my base, and then made a few more stone ceiling pieces so that we can upgrade the rest of the base to stone and have the ground as wood. It looks really beautiful and very cozy in here right now. I'm just doing the last final touches to make the base secure and strong. Now that we have a super strong door, nothing should be able to get in here and kill us while we're doing our things. Then it was time to start another mission.
We've had an urgent one come through for you.
Attention, Prospector. A manhunt is underway. Group 15 property has been stolen. The thief reported to be in your vicinity. You are the nearest contractor to the site. Further instructions will be relayed to you shortly via precursory methodology. Going offline. Clearing frequency.
Did that damn AI just call me old? Did you hear that? Some brave soul decided to make off with Group 15 tech. Can't tell if that makes him crazy. Anyway, if you can find the missing gear, you'll probably get in the good books with the group. They seem to have a renewed interest in the area, for better or worse. One of their satellites picked up a signal from the stolen tech. Location marked on your map.
I can feel the conflict growing between the AI and our normal guy. It's not looking too good. We're just going to continue building our base a little bit before we continue this mission, and just kind of build it up a little bit before we go. We have a bit of time to be able to do that, so we might as well do it while we can.
Better head out. The group's not known for their patience.
I mean, you seem like the one with that patience. I've got plenty of time. I was told to hurry up, but you know what? I think I might go to bed for a while and do it in the morning now that they're trying to push me. Well, it's day 11, and you know what we should probably do? We should probably do that mission that they're saying that we're very, very slow in taking our time with. But you know what? No day starts without farming. I went out to farm for a little bit, however, I ran into a problem. The storm started to kick in, and it was a nasty one again. So I ran back to base, hid inside base, and waited for that to pass. Then it was time to move out for that mission. When I finally got to the location, I was very confused as to where I had to go. I found this really deep cave that I built down into. I almost fell and died in here. Then I got surprised by the little worm creatures and ran for my life. Found some exotics and farmed that. Then I came back outside and looked at my map and realized I probably just need to climb up the side of the mountain and it's probably going to be right there. So I went back outside, built all the way up and found a ledge. And lo and behold, it was right here.
Too far before. We only just had to go up a little bit. Yeah, there's a cave here.
You've got worms.
Yeah, I do.
This was supposed to be an urgent op. We're hot on the heels of nothing. I'm surprised we even got a signal from this junk. Well, suppose it doesn't change the job. Better clean this place out. Man, this must have been up here for a while.
So, like you said, I started to clear the place out. I couldn't quite get in the door, but I started to look around and collect everything I could. Everything that looked like it would be worth taking back to base, I started to pick up. I really cleared this place out. Nothing was left that I wanted to keep. We finally found the auto log, and it was time to finish the mission.
Alright, that looks like all of it. Time to blast it back up to Group 15. Start heading back to the site marked on your map.
Look, it's day 12. We slept in that cave for the night. I don't know why they made such a big deal about hurrying up with this mission, because I took my time, had a nap, woke up in the morning and delivered the products in the morning, and there seems to be no problem with it. I headed my way back to base to go put the upgrade into our contact device, which allows us to access so many more missions.
Nice work. This should help us stay in touch in the future. Goddamn bot getting in the way, treating me like I'm obsolete. Cost-saving Udy. Hey. Alright, that seems like us done for now. Until next time, friend.
Peace out, mate.
I really think there's going to be an issue between him and the AI. He seems to feel like he's being pushed out, and there's a lot of conflict between them. Iron sledgehammer, there it is. finally got ourselves an iron sledgehammer, which I was pretty sure that it would end up becoming the item we needed to farm clay. Now that we can get clay, we can make different building pieces and upgrade our base once again. I'm super keen for that because I reckon the building pieces for the clay look really nice. That's what I started to do, upgrade the roof to tin because I like the sound of the rain on the metal roof. I don't know if it's just me, if it's anybody else, but I really enjoy the sound. It gets loud after a while, I really enjoy it. I built more of my base trying to make a little holding area for my tames. Oh, I can just put a water thing in there and it does it. Sick. I realized that I can put my water jug in there and actually use that as their water, not have to have piping to it. And then the storm started to come in and rain down on top of my metal roof, which I was waiting to listen to. It's really soothing. For me, it was really nice. Obviously, sometimes it gets really loud and gets very overbearing. Our water catchment started to work as well. I went to go put the jug into the furnace and, yeah, stupid me didn't put it in there, just put it into my inventory. Upgraded the rest of my base. It was leading up towards the night time, so I really wanted to get this done before the night finished. Tamed myself another chicken nugget and decided it was probably time to do another mission to keep this flow going.
Never screw around, and it's worth your while to impress them. Whatever you heard, there's more to the story. They're pushing hard down there, but Icarus has been pushing back. They're looking for a force multiplier. Think you can do that?
I don't know about you guys, but the AI and this guy here seem to have a lot of passive-aggressive energy towards me, and I don't really appreciate it. I can tell you now, I'm the one bringing these products to you guys. You need to start upping your payment, because I am starting to become an unruly prospector, and maybe I'll come up there and sort you out. However, I upgraded a bunch more of the base and started to make a really big area to keep my tames in. These storms aren't very good for them. It can actually kill them if they're left out in the elements, and I really want to have them a nice little safe space to be able to call home. The night was starting to come to an end and it was time to rest for day 13. We've done a lot. 12 days in and we've done so much already. Look how far we've come. We've still got so much to go.
Group 15 wants you back on the case of that thief you were tailing. Seems they found another set of tracks. Want to check it out?
I mean, I must have done a good job because they really want me back for another day. So on day 13, we're going to start the mission.
You did so well last time. Group 15 wants you back on the case, Sherlock. I've even been given a message for you from some uptight rep lady. I got it around here somewhere.
Hello, Prospector. My name is Clark. I will be your handler for the group on any future assignments. Our analysis of your performance confirms your viability as a potential partner to the group. Very few meet our criteria. Your guide should provide mission details. We look forward to working with you further.
Sounds like you're well on the way to being redacted out of UDA reports. Good for you. Just between us, I'd advise you to watch your back when you're working with the group. They don't exactly have the best track record when it comes to the safety of their contractors. I'm not saying they're responsible, but, well, just be careful out there. There's not much else I can do for you from here. Stay sharp.
Damn, I'm getting some warnings from him now. There's something about to happen. It's about to go down. We have to be careful. Alright, we ended up placing down this radar, which activates a beacon, but also brings wild creatures to the area to try and destroy it. So I have to sit here and defend it while it's going and gets to its amount. Then I ran into a new creature that I've never seen before. This thing is a beast. And at the start, I didn't realize that you actually have to shoot it in its belly to do massive damage because of the armor on its back.
It catches on fire?
And without knowing, this creature was so strong, and there were so many of them, they were shooting fire. I kept not realizing that I had to shoot it in the stomach, and it was actually doing a lot of damage to my creature. I had to be super careful that it wouldn't die. Oh! And then when it hit me, it kept bringing my health down, down, down. I got a festering wound once again.
There's a bear!
And a bear came out of nowhere. Shoot it in its chest, shoot it in its chest.
Ah!
And just like that, it got worse and worse and worse. I had to make a decision. Do I run and try and get away with my creature before it dies?
Prospector, need you to get back to the radar.
And then he kept badgering me about getting back to the radar. Everything was going wrong right now. I was trying to defend this thing, stay close and not die, while my creature was possibly going to die. That is something I don't want to happen.
No!
However, it got even worse. They were surrounding me from every direction and I was getting absolutely destroyed. I was half health right now with infectious wound and I was slow. These things are strong. I missed.
Oh!
At this point, I thought it was probably a good idea to probably leave. If I don't leave right now, then my creature's going to die and I'm going to die. And if that happens, then I have to get back down here on foot. I won't have a creature anymore. I'll have to tame that once again. However, I got the final shot in on him and I survived. I actually survived that fight. I don't know how it happened. That part of the mission was finally over. It was time to pick it up and move on. Harvested these creatures and decided to move on to the next location. The storm started to rage in and I didn't know whether I should stay out here or go hide.
Oh, there's a lightning storm out here! Oh my god!
And just like that, there was a storm back at base and where I was. I wasn't safe anywhere. Today was going down real quick.
No! You don't leave me behind, you...
As the whole day was starting to fall apart, day 13 was a very big struggle. I finally got back to base. I was injured. I was full on unprotected by the storm. All my armor was almost broken. I needed more ammo. I did all that and then went off to go to the next part of the mission. That was only the first part. I have to do another one again. So, as I got there, I was deciding maybe this time I'll chuck my creature up on top of a cliff and keep him safe. Make a little base with a little bit of defense, like a bed to spawn at, so I don't have to run back. That ended the day. It was a new day, it was day 14, and it was time to start this mission. Well, continue the mission from where we were. This part of the mission is a lot more difficult, however the creatures aren't quite as bad. We have a better way of fighting them now by hiding up here and shooting them. He keeps telling me to go back.
Easier to kill. Maybe I should go out and fight him.
But I felt like going out to fight him because I was actually winning pretty
We
easily.
need you close to the scanner.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking the guys out that are around the scanner.
So now that I know how to beat them a lot easier, these creatures aren't as hard to beat and I'm not as scared.
The fringe of the terror zone. Never thought I'd see it open up. I'm not sure if anyone knows the full story. From memory, this is where we saw the first signs of terraforming washout. Enough for the predictive algorithms to prove out we failed. I mean, would you want to live in a critter-infested swamp?
Oh, so this area, it's because of people that came before that destroyed the area. Interesting, so this isn't natural, this is like because of the guys that came and terraformed.
What the?
So we caused this. And now it was time for the third location. The third one in the battle that we've had to do. We almost died in the first one. The second one was a lot easier and more boring. I hope this one isn't bad and this one isn't boring. I guess we just have to wait and see. Every time I try and get away and get a defensive position, he's telling me to get back in range. Then the Needlers came along. They bury under the ground.
Yeah, killed it. Oh, it buries.
With these burying underground, it makes it a lot harder to fight. However, I took them out rather quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all just drop like flies.
Hey. He's up with that.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They were just dropping like it was nothing. This part of the mission was a lot easier.
I remember hearing about the first enzyme test.
Investigate the hidden base. Huh?
By design. Trying to rework a planet. What a mess.
What the f is this? It's a treehouse. Oh, sick.
So the final part of the mission was we had to approach this treehouse. It was beautiful, it was well made. I really want to make one of these myself in the future. Before the end of the 100 days, we want to make some type of treehouse. However, I cautiously walked up the stairs to see what was up here. Would there be a person up here trying to kill me? Do I have to try and pick somebody up and save them? Or do I loot everything, grab it, and then let them know where this treehouse is? Am I just looking for it for them?
Anybody home? Hello? Hello?
I checked to see if anybody was home and it seems like it's been abandoned. However, there was a bit of loot here that I could take for myself. Now that it was gone, nobody needs it.
Hello?
I looked around more, found some crops and just really admired the base because this was actually a really nice base. I tried to take some inspiration from it for the future.
All done? Let's get that beacon down and transmitting then.
What's this? Potato. Don't really need potato right now. This is a really cool design. I like this. I might have to make something like this myself.
So after harvesting all their crops, I put the beacon down and it was time to end this part of the mission.
Sounds like your paycheck's just arrived. Let's check it out.
Before I went down to go check out what they actually gave me as a paycheck this time, I grabbed a few of the mushrooms that were on this tree. I'm not sure if it needs to be used in the future, but I needed it just in case.
You may proceed to collect your reward with our compliments.
Damn. They really do
Hey,
watch
unlock
in
group
their
15
ranks.
faction mission.
This
One of
here
us.
thing will decrypt confidential faction communications. That means it'll get you into direct contact with faction reps.
Let's go!
These don't get sent out very often. Go ahead and set it up.
So I started making my way back to base to go upgrade my communication device again.
Sweet home.
However, I had to repair a lot of my base. It was a little damaged from some storms that had happened while I wasn't here. It's been a while since I've actually been at base.
You're playing with the big boys now. Just remember, these guys have more money than God.
Well, they can give me some and make me God.
Use it to get whatever they want. If I were you, Prospector, I'd tread lightly.
Bet they probably sit in their gophers and they're there and they haven't moved in about 12 years. So we started to unlock another tier of items, which was tier 4. And once we got to tier 4, that means we have the fabricator, we can make electric furnaces, we can make air conditioners, heaters, all the electrical stuff, new weapons, everything that we need. We've now moved into tier 4 on day 14. That is huge. That means that our survivability is going to go way up. However, surviving the basic creatures is one thing, but surviving the boss later on is another thing. Will I prepare enough for it, or will I go in guns blazing and get absolutely annihilated? That will be the question. I deposited a bunch of my exotics into the pod, sent it back up, and then upgraded my base to brick, and then expanded the rest of it so that my creatures had somewhere to stay. That was the end of the day. It was day 15 and the upgrade was still happening. I was trying to be as creative as possible, give them enough space to be able to move, eat, sleep, everything they needed. I also wanted to upgrade my main base so it was fully done so we can move on. We didn't have to worry about upgrading for a little while. Then I needed to put a water pump out, but there was something outside.
You come to my territory now, huh? You're right. Oh. Come to my territory now, huh?
Second time's always a charm. You always got to do a reshoot. Then we had a new creature come to our base. We now have another chicken. We put our piping all the way up into our forge, which allows us to smelt down stuff a lot quicker and get better quality production out of it. We upgraded a bunch more things and unlocked a bunch more things as well.
The Assembly are expanding their footprint on Icarus and looking for experienced people. They're getting ready to send advanced teams down, but they need places to stay or it's gonna be a real short trip. They gotta have the basics before they can drop their people in.
That's cool.
You interested?
It's a mission that's encouraging me to make a treehouse. That's sick. That's cool. I'll definitely be doing that one.
I didn't accept the mission straight away because I do have a lot of other things I need to do around base, though I am really excited to do that mission because I personally want to make a treehouse. I don't know whether I'll keep it afterwards or I'll just make it for the mission, but it'd be good practice for when I make my end game treehouse. We made a bunch of premium wood that will allow us to make internal wood structures. Day 16 overnight, we were out farming. However, a massive storm happened and we were so far away from base. We were in the middle of the storm while we were running back. We didn't want to wait around, we had to get back. And as I was coming back and I was getting super close, the lightning almost struck me and killed me. So now I'm here, I'm hiding out. I don't want to deal with this storm right now. It is so ridiculous that I'm worried my base is going to collapse down. So I decided to close my blind, turn around and nope out of there because I don't want to deal with that right now. We waited for the storm to be over, and when it finally was, we went back to crafting. We had to make a few generators and a few biofuel cans so we can actually go make something in a different location for some missions that we need to do. So we spent money with the guys up in the space station once again. We earned all the money, now we're giving it back to buy ourselves some resources and a few other things that we really needed. We grabbed it all out of the pod and sent it back up, placed down our new bed and secured it as our spawn location. We now had to sort out our base. We needed more than one generator in there, otherwise we're not going to be able to power everything. Then my frustration had to be taken out on something, so I absolutely destroyed every single chicken nugget in the area. Filled up all the troughs with food and water for my pets so they can survive for the rest of the night. Went out to go farming but got stuck in a cave once again, and this storm was brutal. It was annihilating trees around here. If I was out there, I'd be dead. These trees were on fire. There was so many lightning strikes that I couldn't actually count them all. It was a mad night to end day 16. On day 17, I put the afterburners on and started farming my life away. Ran back to base and decided to put it on to smelt. We now have a bunch of ore smelting down. However, we'll go through it so fast. We've unlocked the main campaign missions. This is a game changer. Then I started building a bunch of things and crafting everything I needed. It was just a kind of casual day, farming and crafting and building. Down day where I just didn't go out and do much. Didn't do a mission today. Didn't do anything too major. Just be in base, craft, farm, and kind of get ahead. And then, like always, the storm rolled in. And this was another severe storm. I don't know what's happening. Is it all the terraforming that they're doing that's causing all these problems? But it is ridiculous. He caught on fire. Oh no, it hurts, it burns, it burns, it burns. Day 18 would have had to be one of the biggest upgrades I've done so far. I did so much building in this day, it took over pretty much the entire day. We needed a few more items for the rest of the build, which was the fences around the edge to make it nice and secure so they don't fall off and die like I have been every other time. Then we unlocked a few other items such as the heater and air conditioners, looked around the base and just kind of took in how nice this base is actually looking right now. Checked on a crop that I had outside and it was still doing alright in the storm, it wasn't struggling too much. But the storm started kicking in so bad, it looked beautiful, but I think it's time to do another mission.
Cinetide pays for solutions, and it shows. If you're looking for some quick cash, this could be the one. Looks simple enough. But then again, it always does. You should know how to pick them by now. Cinetide pretty much runs space. So you're smart to do them a favor. There's a lot riding on this one.
And with that, we accepted another mission. We started to make our way off to that location, but the day was about to end just as we got there. So we're going to sleep for the night and bring it back. It was day 19 and I started heading towards the mission I accepted on the previous day. I had to make my way into the acid swamp area, and as I was making my way there, the mission showed up on what I had to do. However, it meant farming and creating a bunch of vegetable crops and stuff. This mission looked like it would take a long time, so I grabbed a bit of resources, went back to base, placed it in the forge, and then sent some special exotics back up to the guys upstairs. They've got their fix now. They'll be happy. The storm started rolling in and I went back in and looked at what I needed to make my weapon that I needed. I'm not far off, I just need a little bit of titanium. Then I've got a better rifle. This will change the game. It was now day 20, we're 20% on our way to the 100, and I called down the space shuttle to buy a bunch more resources rather than having to farm it. Yes, I needed titanium. I grabbed my items, repaired them, took them to the snow for the first time. Yes, this is the first time I've gone to the snow so far in this playthrough. And these wolves seem to be faster and stronger than I remember. He dodged me like Goku and Ultra Instinct. After I dealt with that wolf, I went back into the cave and farmed a bunch of aluminium. Started running back towards base and sussing out this area to see what's around here. And oh my god, it's actually rather beautiful out here. Found some wheat on my way back and thought, oh, I might need that later on for this mission that I decided to accept earlier. I might need it in the future. Made myself an electric furnace and started putting all my resources in there. Now it's time to start smelting down resources even faster. This is going to increase our speed in production by so much. This is a huge update for our progression in this 100 days. Now we can make titanium plates or platinum plates, everything we need so much faster. Make the electronics faster, make our weapons soon, and soon have the hunting rifle, which is semi-automatic. Right at the end of the day, a massive storm came and it was thunderclapping like crazy. I hid inside and went to sleep for the night. Day 21, it was time to make the upgrade to the mortar and pestle, so we can craft everything that we need now to be able to make our rifle. We also made one of our new workbenches as well, a bunch of electronics, and then went out to try and go farm and do a few mission stuff, and the storm decided it wanted to rock up again. There's a cave over there. Let's get some wood and stuff just in case. And here, massive footsteps. While I was in the snow, I decided I probably should get some wood and whatnot, because further into the snow specific areas, there's no actual trees. But I could hear some footsteps in the distance, and I wanted to know what that was. I'm a little terrified. I don't know what's beyond that mountain. Is it White Walkers? What is it? I'm scared. The f*** is that thing? Whoa! He's like, oh, hell! So on day 22, I ran into a demon of the snow. This thing is so hard to kill, so strong, and it almost killed me. Luckily, I got back on my tame and started to run. This thing was one shot away from killing me, and it came out of nowhere. I don't know how I'm supposed to kill one of those things, but I did get away. My health was going down and down and down. I had a festering wound, I was bleeding, and my health was slowly dropping. I needed to sort it out real quick. So I hopped off my tame, healed myself up, ate a bunch of food to try and heal myself, get myself back up to a good amount, and get out of the snow for now. I don't know what that was, but I do not want to run into one of those ever again. On my way out of the snow, I had to kill a bunch of creatures because I was close to dying before. I'm full health now, however, I don't want to die. And in my panic, I fell off a cliff with my tame and almost got it killed as well. Finally got back to base, got a bunch of fiber, and decided I'm going to stay in base for now. Storms are rolling in, day has been a bit rough, and I really don't want to deal with dying again already this early on in the game. Then I went into base, made myself a shotgun for the first time, made some ammo, and now we have two different amazing weapons to use while we're out and about. This should make us survive so much easier in comparison to what we were before. I don't think anything's going to be able to stop us now. I should take on the boss right now. Day 22, you know what? I reckon we can. What do you reckon? Couldn't be a bad idea. Could it? Day 23 has started, and today we had to upgrade the base a bit more. The storms were kicking in, we need more defenses. However, we also made a generator and a thumper. A thumper will bring back all the resources within an area, but it will bring a massive worm that we have to battle with as well. I went out and checked out the area we need to go to for our next mission, found this massive hole, and then came back to base just before the storm kicked in once again. I can tell you now that day 24 was the quietest day of all. I made the solar panels and a few things we needed for this next mission. Went out and just killed everything in the area with my shotgun and just had a little bit of fun. And then basically went back to base and the day was over. Day 25 though, we're making a bunch of the big equipments that we need for this mission over in the swamplands. We have to make a lab over there. We have to test a lot of the toxic materials that come from creatures within that area. However, like always, I went to the swamplands and there was a storm, and there was also a storm in my area, so I had to hide in a cave for a little while. Once we found a good spot within the location that it's telling me to build in, I started building the whole base. Putting the solar panels down, doing the prefab of the base and the science lab that we have to actually make. Little did I know that the base wasn't going to be big enough, and we had to make it a lot bigger than what it was. Though it was coming to the end of the night, and I thought it's probably a good time to have a nap and just getting your stuff together, because tomorrow is a big day. We actually had to go back to base. We forgot stuff. We didn't actually craft everything we needed, and like always, I had to run back to base, get my thing that I had to put down, and then go back and place it down and finally pass the mission. Yeah, like every other mission, it doesn't just stop with the basic stuff you need to do. It adds more and more onto it. So now we have to go farm crystal mesomatic from creatures that are within this swampland. They have it once you kill them. You can craft this. You can craft everything you need once you have enough of them. However, it's not going to be that simple, is it? It never is. I can tell already now that it's not going to be as simple as just killing some creatures and crafting this. I bet you I'm going to have to craft something else, and I'm not going to be able to do it in this area. However, I kept going around and killing everything that was around the area to collect everything that I needed, but the storm started to kick in and I had to head back to base. It was time to try and craft the last items that we needed for this mission. Will it finally be over after a couple of days of actually doing it? I was getting really frustrated with how much it kept asking me to do, and then it asked me to do even more.
Well, I'll be here for a while, won't I?
Yeah, there is so much I need to do. I need to go back to base and craft it at my main base. So that's exactly what I did. I ran back to base to go craft these items over there. Might as well do it where I have all the resources already. It was day 28 and I had crafted all the items that I actually had to use. I had to get a knife, I had to get a hatchet, and I had to get a pickaxe. I had to go farm from specific creatures in specific locations like trees, creatures, and stone to get the items that I needed to send off to the space station. That was the part of the mission that was still on top of everything else I've already done. However, I've made all the items now. I've got everything I need. I just need to farm the resources that they want, the special kind of toxic resources that they really want up in the space station. And it's done.
Alright. That's everything. You did it, and lived to tell the tale. Which is more than a lot of folk can say. Because they're dead. If you're aiming to impress Sinatai, I'd say you succeeded. They'll notice this.
So with that mission finally over, which took me probably about 3 days to complete, I made myself some more generators, and it was time to accept yet another mission.
The Assembly are expanding their footprint on Icarus, and looking for experienced people. They're preparing for some major moves, and need places for their
So I accepted the mission, and I thought, hey, I could probably get this mission done in a day. If we can get more missions done, then we can actually work towards getting every single one of them done before the 100 days.
I need 2 beds, anvil bench, textiles bench, skinning bench.
So this mission was actually to make a treehouse, and I was super excited about this one because I've been looking forward to making a treehouse this entire map. Since I saw those massive trees in the swamplands, I've always wanted to make a treehouse in this game, and this is giving me the perfect opportunity to finally test it out. So today's the day we have to head over to the tree location that they've actually told us to build in. We're going to make a tree house here. We have to build and put the specific items that they want exactly in there. So I don't really get free reign just on the actual structure. But it's really cool to try out to see what it looks like. I'm using internal wooden structures just because it looks better. Placed everything down, got everything ready. And then that's so annoying. I forgot literally one thing. Now I have to go back, grab that, and finish the mission off. I do this every single mission. I swear it happens every single time.
This wasn't an easy one, but you did it. The Assembly are going to appreciate this, and pay well.
With that treehouse made, that would end day 29. We are blasting through the missions and on our way to fight the boss. The next day, we decided to just deconstruct this base so we can use it for building pieces later on. We're going to need it for our other bases that I have really big plans for. On my way back, I decided to kill a mammoth so I can get its bones because I really need to be able to craft a bunch more things, and they give you so much resources, it's actually ridiculous. So if you can get as many of these as you can from the snow guys, then it's a really good place to go. We went back, crafted it all down, and it was basically the end of the day. There was nothing else to do. Day 31, I decided, you know what, I'm going to spend a bit of my money that I've earned from these guys. They're putting me through the ringer. I need some protection in these missions that I need to do in the future. So I started buying a full set, brand new fancy armor that will keep me safe, help me with the elements, also give me some more inventory slots. Oh my god, it looks so good. How good does that look? We are so ready to go. We can take the boss fight on any time now. I filled up the troughs of water and food for all my tames so they can raise and so they don't die, because I have a sneaking suspicion that somehow I'm going to let them die in some silly, stupid way. Then we started a new mission.
pretty gnarly missing persons case here for you. Or in this case, people. A whole team has dropped off the radar. And in the... Looks like you're back on Group 15's radar. They've had a team go missing. Prometheus. Seems like a bad place to get lost.
Our forecast indicates that weather may be an obstacle. I'd like to remind you that all data and/or hardware that you recover during these assignments is the sole property of the group. Sharing said data with anyone outside of Group 15 will be considered an act of aggression and shall be dealt with accordingly. All Group 15 data is also encrypted. For your safety, of course. We have the last known location of one of the team members marked on your map. Please proceed to this location immediately.
It was now time to head out on the mission. Time to find these lost survivors, figure out why they died, and just solve this missing persons problem. But are we going to betray the AI for our guy?
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
We have a signal from the next nearest team member for you.
Oh.
Hopefully they will be more intact.
I love how she says that's unfortunate. More intact. Oh. One-shot pistol and he had a weapon. So we ended up actually getting a bit of loot from him. We moved on to the next location to try and find our next guy. And then we ran into this monster. What's that noise?
What was that?
Yeah, what was that?
Prospector. There may be a threat nearby.
So all they could do to help me was to say there was a threat nearby. How is that going to help me? Then out of nowhere, the threat attacked. There was creatures out here that I'd never seen before, and they are deadly.
Another one. Fine. There is one more team member out there. The location from their last signal is on your map.
With all the survivors that we've looked for so far not being alive anymore, I'm starting to wonder, what is the creature? What's been killing them all? Why are they all dying? We finally found our way to this cave where a lot of the worm creatures are. They're probably defending something, or are they stopping someone from getting out? We've got to find out what's actually going on. Why are we drawn to this cave? There was no reason we were actually drawn to this cave. I just want to call it my little home away from home, just in case when we go against this creature that is terrifying us right now, we die. And we need someone to respawn. We don't want to have to run across the entire map to come back and get to our body. So I started taking on that creature. No idea on how strong it would be or how weak it would be. We just went deep. So we started fighting it, running around. Everything else tried to kill me while I was trying to take out this creature, trying to defend it, but you know what? I'm the alpha in this area. I'm not going to be one of these survivors that are out here dying in the cold, being left to be found by the next survivor to come along and do a mission. My body would not be one of them. So I took it on, and you know what? I absolutely annihilated it. There was nothing it could do. I ran around to different points, got better advantages against it, and destroyed this creature. It was weaker than I expected.
Well, so much for rescuing the team. We will send in a cleanup detachment for body disposal shortly. Search the corpse for any valuables to be returned before you leave.
So with defeating this monster, we finally found the last survivor that had passed away. Sadly, we were too late and we couldn't kill that creature before it took the life of him. Though, he left us with a bunch of resources.
Can you hear me? I'm transmitting direct via encrypted shortwave. Got a neat trick to get it through the upper atmosphere. This may be asking too much, but please understand it's important for a friend. Need you to send me the data on that module. I've marked the location on your map, an old supply case. It's got a narrow beam communicator, so you can send the data to me securely.
Our contact up in the space station is trying to get through to us in an encrypted message. He thinks that the AI is dangerous. So on day 32, I decided to take his message and go to the secret location that he's indicated to me to go to see what he wants. I'd rather help him out than this AI because he's been with me the entire time through 200 days of survival. Why would I not trust him over some crazy AI robot that's trying to take over the system and get me to do some really dodgy things? Why would I work with them over him? He is my guy. So we went to his little secret base that he has set up in the snow and he gave us a bunch of loot. This place is cool and hidden and really actually rather interesting. I like this. Alright, I think it's time to contact him. I think we need to go out there and actually contact him now and see what's going on.
Holy, this is a lot. Look, I'll get back to you. I have a gal who can get this decrypted. Obviously, best not to mention this to anyone. Ever. Factions tend to hold a grudge in the group. Worst of all, just send the data like nothing happened. And hey, we'll be fine. Probably.
So now I'm starting to feel like a double agent. Working for the guy that's always helped me out throughout all these days, I really want to help him get to what he wants to get done. He wants to find out if Group 15 is causing problems, if they're dodgy, if they're sus, if they're trying to destroy this world. I don't want it to be destroyed. I'm living here now. Why would I want that? So my guy is going to get all this information and he's going to decrypt it and find out what is going on. Oh, hang on, she's here. Shh.
Excellent. The group thanks you for your efforts today. We will have more work for you soon. Until that time, goodbye.
Now we just need to play it smart and pretend that we're actually on their side, just in case, because there is something going on that's deeper than we even know. And before we know it, we could be getting a kill team come for us or something. Something could happen. She should laser us from the sky. Who knows? So we started farming up for the rest of the day, making a bunch of extra ammo that we've used up already. We need to replace everything. And it was probably about time to start a new mission.
Pays for solutions. And it shows. Sinitai have the best sats in the sky. So they'll be watching you.
And this start of the mission is the end of day 32. I started with day 33 making some more structures. I really want to upgrade my base to this next tier of building pieces. I also made an electric drill so I can go place down. I found some ore that I really need. I don't have any other way of getting it right now, so this is an amazing way of getting Sicario ore. And if we can get that, then we can go to the next tier and make our base look even better. Went back to base and I started making an electronic water treatment so that I can actually have some fresh water without getting bacteria or any sicknesses, which is a massive thing for me right now because drinking from other types of water isn't really doing it for me anymore. I continued to farm a bunch of more stone because I wanted to make more stone brick pieces so I can make more stone brick building pieces. I think they look really nice. And then I made myself a lantern as well so that when I go into the cave soon, I can see a lot better and it's a lot more clearer for me. This is going to be the end of day 33. The storm raged in just like in real life right now. The storms are raging in, there's thunder and lightning and wind and everything wants to take my base down, but I will not falter. It was day 34 and I had to head to the snow, a very dangerous location in that. I have to go farm a bunch of items that require snow, ice, frozen, like full on deep frost ice. So you know what? I have to make a base. I have to have a place to call home when I'm doing these missions. Somewhere safe to call back to, somewhere to spawn to, somewhere to run and hide. And just like that, that's why. Out of nowhere, a polar bear and a jaguar at the same time came after me. However, I'm prepared these days. I am a beast at survival now. Nothing's going to stop me. I am preparing to fight the final boss that is 10 times harder than this. So I have to be capable at all aspects of survival, no matter what they are. One more wolf decided he wanted to try his luck at me, but hey, shotgun to the face, you ain't gonna survive that. So I chucked the biofuel inside my drill, and it was time to start the process of this mission. I had to go back to base to go grab some more drills and some more biofuel because I wanted this mission to be over as fast as possible. I brought back a generator as well as a heater and everything else I may need to survive the night here in the snow. I wanted to stay here all night while it was farming the ice that I require for this mission, and if there's anything else that I'm gonna have to add to it later on. So I brought one of everything. They also required me to build a bunch of different structures inside this base to complete the mission. So it was 2 birds with 1 stone kind of situation there. But hey, we had already got a bunch of ice. I was getting frozen at night time. The night was getting so cold. I went into my house and I sat in my warm, heated building. On day 35, I actually found a really cool new creature. It was some kind of like unicorn kind of frozen ice creature. However, I was in love. This thing is so cute. I'd killed its parents. I'm sorry. I know Bambi. However, I really wanted to take it back to base and raise it. I grabbed all the ice that I had gotten so far from my drill and decided, you know what, it's time to go back to base. Let's bring him back, let him raise while we're doing this. So I took him towards my ramp to take him back home. Jeez. I mean... Bruh. Hello? Anybody here? Yeah, that really didn't go too well. He kind of died straight away. That was really unfortunate. So I found this cave on my way home, and I thought, hey, I'm going to see if there's any resources in here. Check it out. Grab some resources on my way back, because why not take some resources? I also thought this was a way over into a new area. Ended up becoming a dead end. So I still have to find my way to the ice sheet. Yeah, cold steel ingots. I haven't ever made this before. Finally, it was time to make some cold steel ingots and make the actual ice equipment, or the cold steel equipment, to be able to get the rest of the resources we need to finish this mission. We needed a pickaxe, a shovel, along with many other things. But now we have them. Now we can farm everything we need, and we should be able to complete this mission with no time to spare. We brought back some of the ice ore, and each time it smelts down, it gives you a random resource. This is actually really cool and rather interesting. I took the shovel back to the ice area where I had my little base and tried to shovel hard ice. Shane, you're an idiot. You're supposed to dig the ground, not the frozen ice that's literally as strong as steel. I shot at some creatures that are in some kind of little nest, and they all came for me. Luckily, I killed them all, but I really hate these Vespers. They are deadly. However, I have all the resources I need now to finally complete this mission. This means that we can finally put a tick in this mission and say it's done, and we can move on towards more and towards the boss fight.
All done. You sorted this, and it wasn't simple. Sinitai more or less owns space, so it's smart to stay on their good side. Keep it up.
Good boy. You weren't as bad as the other creature that just jumped off a cliff and died. So I was super sad that I didn't get my little snow creature back to base. He ended up dying. However, we got a horse, and we need as many creatures as we can because they die by the dozens. On day 37, it was time to upgrade the base a little bit, and I wanted to get a bunch of resources from the space station, just to kind of help my process out a lot faster. I went and did a little bit of farming, and then went to go check out this actual mission that I accepted. However, when I went to each location, I found out that I needed some pretty crazy amount of cooking stuff, and I haven't even dived into that yet. So, in my opinion, I'm going to probably cancel this mission. It'll be one of the first missions I've actually cancelled, because it's just the time in which it would take to do this mission would waste so much time for my 100 days towards my boss fight. I want to focus on the ones that are going to give me increased stuff, increased rewards, push me towards that boss fight. I think I have to make the hard decision today and cancel this mission, and maybe even skip this mission altogether, because it just doesn't seem like something for me right now. And that will end day 37, and we'll move on to day 38. After waiting for a bunch of time to be able to do a new mission, I built myself a greenhouse. The ability to start another mission is now here.
The Lagos unit may be UDA, but 4 light years from Earth, they decide what flies and what dies out here. There's a lot riding on this one, and they know it. They sent the objectives through already, so get to the zone as soon as you can. And hope you got better luck than their last crew.
So this is another mission that's similar to the one that I just cancelled. This one, I have to go hunt down a bunch of creatures within the lava zone though. And I took this mission purely because I was excited that it was going to take me into the lava zone for the first time, and I haven't been there before. So this was an option to be able to open me up to a new biome within this planet and allow me to explore even more without being able to do it before. So this mission was purely exploration for me. However, if I can beat the mission, get the rewards, get the items that they give me from doing this mission, then I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. However, as I was trying to cross the lava, I found out that my concrete building pieces get absolutely annihilated in the lava. That means, how am I going to get across this lava now? I don't know. Is it a different type of building piece that's safe on lava? Is it the Sicario, which I was farming with my drill recently? Would that type of building piece be safe in the lava, and will I be able to cross on that? I need to do some experiments to find out what building structures are not susceptible to lava and allow me to cross without having to fall in. The storm started raging in, and it was a storm I'd never seen before. This thing was killing me fast. I went to base, hid there for a while, and then it was time to test out the new building structure. I tested it out, and hey, just like I thought, it doesn't get destroyed by the lava. This building piece is perfect to get across into the different location I need to go find these creatures to kill. I need to hunt them down. I need this mission done now. Hello, I'm here. I've come to kill you all. And just like that, I hunted down every single creature in the lava zone I could find, hoping that it would pass the mission for me. However, what's this thing? Even with all the things I was killing, I wasn't close to beating the mission at all. Is that one of the things I have to kill? And then out of nowhere, one of those demon creatures came, but this was a lava version of it rather than snow. And it dodged me like it was out of the Matrix. However, I managed to kill this one actually rather easily. Maybe I've gotten better. Maybe I'm just lucky. Who knows? However, I went back to base, made a new generator to help power my base a little bit more, made some more ammo, and it was time to get my first pet. Hey! Let's go. Eat some mushies, boys. Water, eat some food. Here, bud. We got a popper. On day 39, we were back in our base over in the lava zone, our little outpost. The storm had raged in, and I was stuck inside for a fairly long time, to be honest. It was starting to become pretty obvious to me that this mission may not be achievable right now. There's a lot of creatures that I can't actually get to, and I have to fish as well. I built a bunch more structures in case I have to build across more lava, built a fishing rod, and continued the mission as much as I could. But the mission is getting more and more dire by the second. I can't find half the creatures, the time's ticking away, the days are moving as fast as ever before. And then I found this cave. This cave I didn't know was actually going to take me through to the other main lava location. And it was full of resources. I am telling you, the resources in here could power a generation. There was so much in here that I decided I'm going to make one of my main bases right here at this lake right now. So I started placing down all the structures I needed to make my little outpost, my little farming outpost, and my little stopover for when I have to go to even further beyond in the map. I went out and explored and found a few more creatures that I would have to kill for this mission. However, like I was saying before, this mission just seems like it's impossible right now, and I'm running out of time. I tried to fish inside of a sulfur pit, stupid me, then farmed all the resources in this cave. Started heading back to base with everything that I had farmed in that cave, and realized, you know what, if I can farm all that and bring a thumper here eventually, then I can actually get all the resources I need for the rest of this 100 days. I went back to that old little base location that I had in the lava, deconstructed it, and brought it over to my new location I have now, because this location now allows me to go even further into the lava zone that I've always wanted to go. So I finished off the building of it and made it look as homely as possible. This place is going to be very beneficial to me in the near future. Day 40 was a pretty boring day. All I basically did today was just farm everything I could find. I went back into that main cave that I had found with my new outpost and just farmed every single thing in that cave. I probably farmed every single node I could find. There was almost nothing left, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use a thumper at some point soon just to respawn everything that's in here because it's bare. What the? That? Little did I know that today was going to be my reckoning. I accidentally stumbled across a boss, and now I need to run for my life. Ah! No, 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 no. No, 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 oh, no, 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 no. My life
is gonna kill me. Oh, me, I'm gonna die. Please no, please no, please no. Run away. Use my ladder. Ow! Oh, you fucker. No! Acid showers. I'm in the fucking lava. No. I stayed my weapon on. I'm sorry. You stay there. I deal with this shit. It's cheating! Is it stuck? I can't see anything!
I think my pet's dead. I don't know. I need to go in and I need to go look, but I don't want to. I really don't want to know.
Hello, are you still alive, birdie? Please? Please? You there? Hello? Caw-caw? Caw-caw? Caw-caw?
And there it was. He was dead. He was dead. He had gotten him. You know what that means now, though? I need to get my gear. I need to kill this thing, no matter what. I'm going to rearm, and I'm going to destroy this boss if it's the last thing I do. As the battle raged on, I trapped him in the cave. He wasn't able to hurt me, but I was able to hurt him. This was the perfect opportunity to take him out. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this opportunity ever again, and the revenge is needed right now.
This is for legs 11, mother. This is for legs 11. You gonna legs 11 over? I'm gonna kill you.
And just like that, I had beaten one of the world bosses. This boss had destroyed my tame, and it made me so angry. But you know what? I beat it. Now to the victor goes the spoils. And there's plenty of spoils. I got so much.
Hardened magma, legendary biomass, exotics, hardened horns. Oh.
It was day 42 and it was time to cash in my rewards from the boss fight. I had so much exotics, so many things to be able to upgrade my weapons, my legendary weapons, and then I realized
I don't want to fight another boss right now. I don't think I can handle that.
there was other bosses within the area. It looked like some kind of slug creature. I had to run back to base on foot because, as we know, my mount was dead. There was nothing I could do. I had to travel across the entire land through the acid all on my own on foot. It was not an easy run, but we finally made it back home.
Oh, it's good to be home. My god, it's been a long time. Oh. Hey guys. I regret to inform you that we lost somebody. Very dear to us.
The silence was deafening. It seemed like they just didn't care.
Contractor, we've gotten wind of a team of researchers who've stopped responding to call requests. Scientists seem to be getting in over their heads, even worse than you prospectors these days. And that's saying something. Unfortunately, once they're on the surface, teams seem to adopt an anything-goes approach. Fortunately for Norex, that often works out for us. We're always looking for the next big thing, sometimes literally. Just go to their last recorded location and see if you can get some answers.
No, Hank! I told you we can't provide medevac for downed contractors. They know what they're getting themselves into. Well, sometimes they do.
And just like that, there's no stopping the steam train that is my doing of missions. I started making all the items I needed for this new mission, and it was going to be time to head out soon. I want these missions done as fast as possible. We're almost halfway through 100 days, and before we know it, it's going to be 100 days.
I think Norex gives a damn about any of you. You're even more dense than I thought. It's up to you if you want to help these witless people from the goodness of your heart. The company refuses to promise help. Since then, contractors tend to get complacent. Now, head on out and follow those beacon signals.
Oh no. On day 43, I ran into one of the world bosses, and I can tell you now, this probably wasn't a good idea. I decided to start shooting it and see if I could take it on. I didn't realize that it could be just as strong as that lava guy that we just took on, but I was so overconfident that I could do it.
No, 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 no. Run!
That ended up backfiring on me, and this thing kept coming for me.
No. Don't touch me.
It said that it was basically dead. However, what happens next indicates that that's not how it works. It's not dead. It splits up into more pieces, and then you still have to beat it again. It goes from 1 to 4 to multiple, and you have to keep killing them. So this thing was coming for me now, and it wasn't going to stop. It was going to chase me down to the end of the earth, and now I have the possibility of dying right now. My health is dropping super quick.
No, 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 no. Run.
Could this be the biggest mistake I've made in my life?
Hopefully, 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 I'm gonna die. That thing's dead. GG, I've lost another team. You want a drink?
And then just like that, I died, I'd lost another team, and now I have to go back there to try and get my gear right near that boss and not die. I'm not taking that boss on right now. I may give it another go later on, but I need to prepare for that. So I started to get together my little machineries that's going to allow me to respawn all of my foliage in the area. This machine is like causing a god reaction in the sky, which seeds down my plants and makes everything explode back into existence. As the days ticked over, it was time to play God with this creation that I have right here. It was time to spawn back everything in the area. What was about to happen? I don't know. I pressed the button and it was time to find out what would happen. And then something happened that I just did not expect. It was like I was getting done by some kind of like zombie apocalypse right now. And I was actually a little terrified. Whoa. just like that, everything spawned back and everything's beautiful and fine. All the trees and everything are back. This machine was amazing. I'm gonna have to use it again because that was one of the best things I've actually seen happen so far. However, the storms started to rage on. Did I create this? Playing God, has that now created storms coming in that are now gonna destroy my base? Lightning coming down, creatures attacking me, everything's going bad now. Was this from my creation? Did I create my own downfall right now? I ran back into base and decided, nah, I'm gonna go inside. I don't trust this anymore. But I also took a moment to realize I have trees inside my courtyard now, and it looks rather beautiful. The trees are burning outside and we've got a bunch of resources, but was it worth it for what just happened? I ended up heading my way back to my little outpost in the snow on the ice that we haven't actually been to for a little while. We had to continue our missions, so we had to go back, prepare everything, repair our base, and then I started getting ambushed by literally every creature in the area. They were starting to destroy my base from the underneath. I half wanted to just close the door and go inside my base and forget about it, but they didn't give me that option at all. I had to fight. I took a few minutes to myself after that attack, and I was preparing myself to go out and find the first survivor. He should be around here pretty close. What? I'm coming!
This one looks about
I located the first one, but I have no idea what I need to do.
check something.
You right?
Don't start screaming or I'll change my mind.
I mean, maybe I want to scream.
You right? What do you want me to do?
I had no clue what I had to do.
What am I doing?
I
got you.
A medivac signal from another prospect. They'll be lucky to make it out of here alive. What? Are you really going to turn up your nose at the chance?
I think I was supposed to heal them and then put them in the bag, but I just grabbed them and put them in a bag.
Can't wait to listen
Oops.
when Handler finally gets the bill.
Where's the medivac? I got you, man. Where am I taking him? We gotta get back to base. We grab our mount and run back. We gotta get him out of here. Oh, you're right, mate. Just chill for a sec. Chill there for a sec. I literally can't take my tame. Jeez, you're heavy as mate. Could have lost a few kilos before you got stranded. Wait here for a second. Where'd I drop him? Did he fall? God damn it, Jerry! Yeah, one job. Yes, that's one way to get you down there. I'm running as fast as I can. This is the first time I've seen a survivor. And he's alive. Is it my imagination? Am I doing this without realizing? Like, is this even a person? Or am I carrying a cactus of sorts or something?
We finally made it back to the medevac pod. It was time to drop him off and hopefully he survives. Then we have some allies up in the space station. And having allies up there is great because it sounds like the AIs really start to not like me. And if they're not liking me, then I need some people to saboteur up there. So, Jerry, do what you can, mate. Remember who saved you. It was me, not them.
Ooh, actually, can I put him on the back of that tame?
Yes, Shane. Yes, you can. You're an idiot. But hey, it's a learning process. We're surviving. We don't know everything straight away, do we? That would end day 44. I rested in my little cabin on the snow with such a beautiful sunset. How could you hate today? We've rescued somebody and now we're resting. Today we had to find the last of the survivors. We checked on our little locating machine and we found out that he was on the other side of this lake in a little hidden shack.
What the hell took a bite out of them? Actually, don't answer that.
Hey, you right?
In fact, he was not alright. He was rather hurt. This guy had every single issue wrong with him. However, we didn't have all the medical supplies that we needed to be able to actually help and heal him. So we had to go out and farm a bunch of things to be able to make a splint and finish healing his wounds. Then we had to head back and give him that splint. Fix him.
I'm here. I'm come to heal you with my shotgun.
Yes, I wanted to heal him with my shotgun. It's an easier way of actually healing him rather than giving him some meds. Cheaper as well. But we ended up healing him and now he was good to go. We headed back over the lake and it was time to find the next guy.
Hell no, bruh!
Then I ran into what I think may have taken a bite out of him. This creature is terrifying. The storm raged on. I had to hide inside of a cave for a little while, but there was a jaguar outside and I was a little kind of concerned that I'd lose yet another tame, so I had to go out and sort out any creatures that came close.
I need more ammo, I reckon.
Now it was time to take on that creature that had taken bites out of people and killed all these survivors, even injuring them all. This thing was a beast. However, was it anything compared to the boss that we'll have to fight later on? Yes, it was strong. It took so many shots to kill. We ran around shooting it for ages and ages and ages, but finally, we dropped it. It wasn't as hard as we thought. We kept distance and we won. We harvested the entirety of what it has, especially its tusks. We really need those for resources. I'm here! Where are you?
You'd better get some actual data while you're out here, or your stint with the company will be over before it starts.
Oh, this guy doesn't look too good. I think he might be dead. Yeah, we killed the creature that had killed him, but now the mission gets deeper. We have to investigate this cave. I don't know what's in here and why we have to go in here. We've defeated the creature. What was that? There's a base in here with turrets? Someone's got an outpost here with turrets? It was time for me to put all my leftover gear inside of this crate, put a sleeping bag down in case I die, and it was time to raid this base. If we get in here, we can find out what's going on, and we can get a bunch of loot. So we ran for the door, got to the door, opened it, looked around, and found the generator. All we had to do was turn the generator off, the turret would turn off, and now we're safe to go. This place is awesome. There are so many things here that I'm gonna steal. I know, but I want everything from in here. We looked at the notes that were left from the survivors and decided, you know what, there's a couple of things we actually want to take from here.
Okay, looks like you found some leads. Nice work. I guess you could go either way. Follow the info you found in that research, or track down those tagged experiments. I don't care how you do it, but I need you to follow the trail somehow. I don't have time to babysit you, okay? Agent?
Yes, boss?
Help our contractor out already. I'll be in touch again soon.
Your wish is my command. Mission complete. Your next contract can be found on your chosen contact device.
Before I left, I decided to deconstruct a bunch of stuff in here and take it back for my own base. Some of these lights and turrets and stuff look really good, and hey, it's free, why not?
Meatbag. Oh, meatbag. How did it come to this?
Hey yo, I take
Working
offense
on
to
a
that,
strange
man.
planet far from home, taking orders from a virtual being vastly more intelligent than yourself.
Oh, is that what we're
Don't think about
doing?
it too hard. I wouldn't want you to exhaust yourself. Anyway,
Wow!
let's track down some of this very illegal research, shall we? Well, are you going to start moving or just stand there drooling on the spot? Go. Find the experiments. Slowed it down for you so it hopefully sinks in.
Oh mate, I'm gonna put a virus in you that's gonna destroy you. Oh my god, it's on. It's on. That AI is starting to get itself a little bit of an attitude, and I can tell you now, it's not gonna go too well for it. I will find my way back up to that space station. I will literally hack into that damn console, and I will take him down. If he's gonna talk to me like that, like I'm a meatbag that can't do anything and just sits there drooling the entire time. How do you know what I was doing just before? If I want to drool, I'll drool. Then I ran into a cave while I was out and about. I decided to just go on a little adventure just to take my time in spite of that AI. Just because, hey, nobody's going to tell me how fast I'm supposed to do my missions. I found some exotics and I thought it was a way through to the ice sheets. However, it was just a dead end. It was just a really good cave that had a lot of resources. I then purchased my first legendary weapon. Hey, yo! Matter Reforged. Craft a legendary weapon. And in getting this legendary weapon, I thought it would give me a good advantage in this boss fight to come. If I can have a legendary weapon upgraded, then hey, could that make it so much easier to beat it? So I bought two. I was on a spending spree right now. This guy had annoyed me, so I needed some comfort weapons. And these things are ridiculous. I started testing it out on every creature in the area, and oh my god, these are so good. I went back into base and did a bunch of crafting, and while I was doing that, there was something outside my base doing damage, and I'm like, what's going on here? Is something attacking my spikes? And I got an achievement. I looked around and I'm like, what was it? And then I realized my puppy died. No, not my puppy. Somehow he had gotten out and died to the spikes. My own first pet had died to my own spikes that were supposed to defend me and not kill my own creatures. I went back over to my outpost that's in the snow once again and destroyed one of the Vesper nests. Grabbed a bunch of the loot from that because I know I need that for crafting in the future. Went back into the base and destroyed the stairs to get up to it, and then something happened that I did not expect. I was ambushed by a literal horde of mammoths, of ice mammoths. These things came from everywhere. Whoa! No! I don't know what I did. I don't know if this is part of the mission, but it was brutal. They were almost annihilating my base from underneath. I had to fight and shoot every single bullet that I had to try and survive this. I don't know how I'm going to survive this, but I have to try. This is a test for me, for the boss fight in the end. If I can beat this, then I should be able to beat the boss later on. And just like that, it came to the end. I had achieved what I needed to do. I had beaten all of these Rimtusks and every other creature that came with it. It was time to go loot up. I don't know how I survived this. Like, that was extreme beyond anything I've dealt with before in this game. And this map is brutal. It was time to relax in base while the storm raged on in the snow and my base got covered in a thick blanket of snow. It was a big day today. We achieved a lot and we lost a lot. It's time to move on to the next day. On day 48, it was time to hunt down these creatures that are causing havoc. And then I got swarmed by the Vespers. The Vespers are the worst toxic creatures on this planet. However, there are creatures on here that I have to take out. But before I can do that, I'm getting attacked by more Vespers yet again. These things just will not stop. If you don't destroy their little lair, then you're just going to be fighting them forever. I swear I just can't do a mission without something trying to get in my way. This guy just started smashing on my ramp for no reason. However, I found the main creature I need to take out, and I did so. Mission complete.
Wow, well done, you found them. Time for part 2, Annihilation.
As I prepare for annihilation, as he says, I went back to base, got cozy, and waited for the storm to pass. Then, I found the polar bear. This guy was a beast. I kited him towards the edge of the cliff. He fell off and took massive fall damage. Then I finished him off down in the bottom of the depths of hell.
Yes, well done and all that. What do you want? A medal? I'd wash my hands of this business if I were you. And actually had hands. Those machines had some rather nasty implications. I can't wait to see what Norex has you do about it.
I went back to base and I added myself a new cooker. This thing is the top of the line cooker. This thing is a beast. And it looks so good sticking out the top of my base. I actually really like this addition to my base. After admiring my new cooker, it was time to expand the base. My creatures need a bigger area to move around in, be protected, and just kind of stretch their legs. So I decided to expand the base, make a little courtyard for them, and I think this is actually going to turn out really cool. Put down a charging station for my new lantern that I'm going to be making, and then I looked at the missions for the campaign. If you accept one mission, you can't accept the other one, and you have to basically choose which rewards you want to get.
That research team of yours was investigating some rather dicey stuff. You'll need to catch up to them, so we can ask them very politely what they were up to, and why they didn't declare it to the UDA first. Genetic splicing is delicate work. Adding enzymes into the mix is just about the worst possible thing they could have done.
What's with the criticism going on, man? You got some attitude going there.
You had better get a move on if you want to find these people. How do you ever get anything done?
I swear, if you keep pushing my buttons, I'm going to come there and I'm going to unplug that PowerPoint that is your life support. So shut up! Just to really put it to him, I decided to keep upgrading my base. The storm was in and there wasn't much I could do. I couldn't start a mission in the middle of a storm. So I hung out for the rest of the day. It was day 49, it was time to head out to that mission. I really wanted to get these missions done. I want to get through the campaign as fast as possible so we can get to that final boss fight and get all these new unlocks. I got to the mission location and there were some crazy lizard creatures that were defending the outpost that I had to actually go to. So, you know what that means. I'm going to have to take them all out. Take every single one of them out as fast as possible. just like that, I took him out in a breeze. It may have taken a lot of bullets, they were strong, but it wasn't hard.
Oh, well, search the body. Probably best to wash your hands afterwards.
I mean, at least I have hands to wash, you don't. So I started to search the body to see what he actually had on him. It's sad that we couldn't rescue him in the time and protect him from these creatures. However, we got some revenge at least, and he left us a note, so at least we have some information on what's going on. I decided to suss out the outpost and have a little look around. There's a really cool setup here, and it's really homely. I actually really like the look of this. It looks nice and cozy. There's beautiful lighting. There's a little bedroom. It's got a little workstation. It's looking really cozy. It's giving me some inspiration for my next little base that I kind of want to have. I think I might steal some of this stuff. That Icarus poster looks kind of cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to steal a lot of this. Don't tell the boss. Yeah, I know, I'm a thief. I take everything from all the missions. I want everything. I want my place to look amazing. However, the mission didn't end there. I had to hunt down these carcasses.
We're getting closer. Hopefully next time, the parts might be attached.
Though not many of the parts are actually attached to the carcasses, so it's proving pretty difficult to actually find out what's going on. I kept looking at every single one of them, trying to figure out what's actually going on. And then one of the final missions is I have to actually take out a bunch of the creatures around this area, farm specific resources from their bodies, and that's exactly what I did. That guy went tipsy-topsy all over the place. So finally, I had got the last creature I needed and the last bit of resources I needed. Now, it was time to finish the mission. Finally, I got to send off some signals to see if anybody else is alive on the planet. If there's anybody else here on this planet alive besides me, they will see this and they will come. Let's hope that they're friendly, because if they're not, I'm going to whack them with this. I am going to destroy anybody that tries to take out my creatures in my base. Nobody's raiding this base. I started to make a repair station so I can repair all my legendary equipment, made some more ammo, and then a storm started raging in again. It seems to be every single night now. I can't have a peaceful night's sleep at all anymore. It just rages a storm every single night, and it's actually starting to make me a little bit sleep deprived. That's not a good thing leading up to a boss fight. We need a good night's sleep. Day 50 and 51 kind of blended together. However, at the start, it was time to finally finish this mission. It's been going on too long.
How odd. Thank goodness I don't have the ability to smell. Get a sample carefully.
So, with getting the sample, it was time to go upload it to the space station and let them smell this horrible smell that they've put me through. I don't know what's going on, but these Vespers need to be dealt with.
We should check in with your boss to see what to do about this mess. Establishing.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
I told you a million times, Karen. I don't care.
See, he doesn't even care.
Agent,
Salutations, boss.
what is it? I'm busy.
The researchers from the base we checked earlier were experimenting with enzymes. Sound familiar?
Enzymes? Oh god, no. That needs to be kept under wraps, Agent. Why does this crap always fall on me? I'm gonna need you to either collect all of that research and send it up to our guys, or completely wipe it from the face of the planet.
Sure thing, Jeremy.
You, what? That's Handler to you. How did you... never mind. Just fix it, okay?
Call terminated by end user. Sounds like it's dealer's choice. Mission complete. Your next contract can be found on your chosen contact device.
So, after that mission was finally done, we accepted another mission. And we had to head over to the snow. We had to go check out a dead carcass once again.
Happened here?
I think there's something going on with these enzymes or something. Someone's either killing things or... I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I didn't even see that place up there. What the heck?
There was an outpost really close to this mission and it looks mean. It actually looks really cool. I really need to go suss it out and see if there's anything I can steal. No, I didn't say that. Anything I can go acquire. Before I could head over to the outpost, I had to go into my little hideout that I had up in the hills. Then it was time to check out this outpost, and my god, it is beautiful. This place has had some very thought out designs done to it, and I'm actually really impressed. I love seeing these buildings that are made from actual structures within the game to look like something that you would want to class as like an outpost or some kind of military outpost. I really like this, and it is actually really interesting. It gives me so many ideas, and the building ability is just beyond amazing. So after checking this place out and being so fascinated with it and just completely wasting my time, I finally was finished with this. I need to get moving. The days is over halfway through the 100 days and we still haven't even looked at the boss yet. This isn't good. We haven't even seen all the areas within this world yet. We need to get moving. So I stole a bunch of stuff from this place, and yeah, it's all mine now. I got a bunch of beer, I got a bunch of food, I got a bunch of items and gear. It was like heaven in this place. But I'm going to keep it maintained. I'm going to add some generators here. I'm actually going to improve it as well, because I really like this outpost and I hope it stays for the rest of my adventure. I had to kill these creatures that had the outline in them so I can get some organic residue. Then I had to go make an organic residue analyzer so I can analyze all the organic residue, I've said that so many times, and find out what's actually going on with all this scientific experiments someone's doing down here, because they are making these creatures aggressive and dangerous and absolutely weird looking. I got to get to the bottom of this because it could be the death of me, and who knows? What's the boss? Could it be a mixture of every creature in this map? Could be some monster that I have to fight. And just like that, we used the taxidermy knife to get the vestige that we needed, and it was time to get the analyzer going. And then I realized I didn't have enough power to be able to run this for the entire analysis. Honestly, I don't think I have enough power for this actual analysis. What am I going to do? So I had to go back to base again. With this analysis, it increases in power as it goes along. I had to connect up all of my generators in base to be able to power this thing for the entirety of its analysis. And then it was done.
Very well. I'm disappointed, but we've run out of time and budget. I was instrumental in this process. You could never have done this without me. I suppose it's time to put this place to use.
Oh my god, is he saying that I have to go defend that outpost that I was at just before? So I have to make stuff to defend it? Are you kidding me? On day 52, I had to tag all these creatures with the mesmeric ammo. And then I also had to harvest them for their items so that we can do some research on them and send it back up to the space station.
Sandra, for the last time, he needs the gluten-free kibble. All right, Agent!
Hey, boss. How's Divorcee Life treating you?
If you called me just to be a prick, I swear I'm gonna...
Actually, we've been very busy. Immensely so.
Well, let me take a look. Huh. Contractor. That's some good research you've got there. I'm happy for you to move on to testing larger subjects with it. But if you want, you can try it on something smaller, or annoying first.
Like humans?
Like Vespers. God, I hate those things. Anyway, go ahead and let me know what you find. I don't have time to check in on you constantly. I gotta run. Sandra! Oh, Sandra, wait!
So you figure, if this experiment worked on mammoths, it might work on other Arctic creatures too. Interesting. What's your least favorite creature that you'd be happy to doom to an awful fate? Oh, I know. Vespers. Everybody hates Vespers. Luckily for you, I've been given the locations where you're most likely to find concentrations of Vespers in the area. Unluckily for you, I'm not going to share them.
So I have to deal with a sarcastic smart aleck of an AI and a guy that's yelling at his ex-wife about kibble. These guys just don't know what they're doing. I'm here doing all the work, all the research. I'm getting a little bit of rewards, but they're getting all the profits. I think we need to have a bit of a power change going on here. Something needs to change. Maybe I should own space and they should be down here doing all this hard work, all the hard lifting and everything else. However, on day 52, I decided to upgrade my base a bunch, and I decided to put down a turret and put it down the wrong way. Can't pick it back up, can I? Yeah. Then I had to make the cage for the Vesper and get ready to take it over there to capture one. On day 53, I found the location of the Vesper nest. It's within this cave. I have to sneak in here. I'm very cautious because those things can kill you rather easily. And I'm pretty far away from base right now. I started making my way through the cave and trying to figure out where exactly in here it is. I made a bunch of ramps down and I made it wide enough so that I can run out if I have to. Then I confronted the whole nest of Vespers and they hurt. However, I've got a lot of health now, a lot of armor, and I've got a good weapon. So it's not too much of a problem for me anymore. I can take them on. The only thing is, they dodge bullets like it's Superman dodging a bullet. I placed down the aerosol to knock out one of the Vespers, and then once it was done, I was like, what do I do? Where is it? Did I just waste that? I made that and I wasted it? Then I realized where it was. It was down the back, unconscious on the back of the nest. I had to scan it with my heal tool, and then I had to figure out what I had to put in there to bring it back to good health. Once it's at good health, I can capture it and put it inside of the cage and take it back to base. That is the goal. However, they kept spawning while I was trying to heal this one. It didn't take too much to heal it. I had everything it needed. I had oxygen, I had water, I had food, I had all the meds and everything, so I wasn't too worried about actually completing this. But it was done, and now it's time to capture it. Now I have to put it inside of this case and take it back to base. What are we going to do to this thing? Are we going to infect this thing so it kills the rest of them and spreads the infection and then absolutely annihilates the entirety of their type of creature? Will it mutate into something crazy and big? We're going to put a virus into the wild. And just like that, we infected it with a random virus. This was spread to all the other ones. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we're scientists, and scientists do the wrong thing a lot of the times, all for the meaning of learning. Hold to release Vesper. Be gone, my pretty.
Well done. You just let loose a creature with an unknown potential mutation into the wild. I'm sure that won't turn out to be a problem later. Mission complete. Your next contract can be found on your chosen.
Stop making me feel bad about all the decisions that we're making.
Interesting. The samples you sent up earlier were analyzed by the Norex experimental team. They decided that they like what they see and want to enhance an existing lab planet site. This is strictly confidential, so it looks like you'll be playing the part of architect, builder, and lackey. How very adaptable of you. For Norex to sponsor a lab right under the UDA's nose is a big deal. A mammoth undertaking, if you will. You can't just set that sort of thing up anywhere. You'll need a spot that's likely to fly under the radar. The company have been explicit in their instructions. Try not to disappoint them.
Mate, I'm not a disappointment like you. You're AI. I'm a human. Get with the program. We started to repair all of our legendary weapons and even sent back a legendary weapon to try and upgrade it to make it even stronger. We have a battle probably coming in the near future, so we want to make this as strong as possible. And that's what we're going to do.
This is the perfect canvas.
So we headed back to that little outpost that we went to before, and apparently he wants me to build this thing into some kind of beast defense location for something in the future. So we have to farm a bunch, and that actually ended the day really quickly. This day was super fast. Today was prep day, and I was making as many defenses as possible. I was making landmines, I was making spikes, I was making ammo for the turrets, everything I could to help me in this defense. I don't know how bad it's going to be, knowing this game is going to be pretty rough. However, the one thing I was always running out of was resources, so I chucked down the thumper again near a big cave and decided to let it go and restock every single one of the ores around the area in hopes to get a bunch of resources super close to base, because I know I have that big cave that's pretty far away. I have the ability to go there and put the thumper down there as well, but I need some resources super close to base so I don't have to travel as much. And it doesn't take too long to do the thumper, it's not very hard to do. And look at that, we've got a full bunch of resources again, and we can take that back to base, smelt it all down and get it all going and get ready for our defense, because it's coming up really soon. And I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done one of these before.
Haha! I got it. Fucking cover.
With day 57 here, I needed a bunch of health potions. I wasn't too sure how many I'm going to need for this defense. I know the defense is going to be hard because this game isn't easy. I headed back over to the outpost and started placing down all the defenses for this defense that I have to do. I'm going to need a lot. I feel like this is going to be really insane. I placed down a generator, started pounding the entire base, and I even placed down a couple solar panels to kind of boost up my power production. Placed down all these spikes, and along with a bunch of mines that I'm going to be placing down soon. I have a feeling that these mines are going to play a big part in the defense, even if it just takes out a couple creatures that it kind of brings down the stress that is trying to kill so many high-level creatures that are going to be coming for this base. Oh, it's going to be a big fight. I'm a little scared and I'm a little worried for this fight, to be honest. I don't know what to expect. I don't know. Are they going to send like 50 of those mammoths? Are they going to send heaps of polar bears? Are they going to send heaps of those demon things from the snow? I don't know what they're going to be giving me or using against me to try and take this thing out. I don't know what this equipment's going to attract. It could attract anything. And now it was time to start the defense. I am actually extremely nervous in this situation. I don't know what's about to happen. The machine's winding away and everything starts running for the base. The mines are working the way they're supposed to. They've already taken one creature out and they've taken another creature out as well. It's doing its job. Now I just need to pick up the slack and take out other creatures myself. Now I'm starting to realize maybe I needed a lot more mines than what I actually had. I've used up 2 of them over here. Now they're doing nothing. They destroyed one of the spikes already and they're already running at the wall. I may not have done enough defenses. This could go bad really quick right now. Now that they're on the wall, I went to hyperspeed to take these guys out. I don't want my base to go down. I want to win this mission because we're day 58 right now and we are so close to having to do the boss fight. It's actually scary. But oh my god, are they absolutely annihilating my base right now? I thought I was really prepared for this, but little did I know I was not prepared enough. Note to self, next time, over-prepare, no matter what the situation. With the defense being closer and closer to the end, I'm leveling up as I go like crazy. These demon monsters aren't any match for me right now, and I'm actually taking everything out with not too much issues at all either. Then I just realized that these creatures are actually going for the machine that's doing the research right now. I need to defend that next time. I had to do a bunch of repairs to the outpost, and then I reactivated the machine again. But I don't think I'm actually going to be able to finish this just yet. The day's coming to an end. Am I going through until day 59 to do this defense? So I have some explaining to do. I ended up cancelling it, or pausing it, and going back to base, grabbing a bunch more gear, and coming back now. We're going to do a part 2 of this defense, or the second part of it at least, the finishing of it, on day 59. So, let's get into it, and let's actually finish this. We've got all the defenses we need now, and we have to pass it this time. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Abandon ship. I made a massive grave mistake. Because if I don't pass it this time, then I've wasted so many days on this just this one defense. So let's get into it and let's smash it out. Let's see how we do. They fall down there, it's good because they can't hit anything from underneath. Oi! That's not right. Little did I know I was telling off the test subject. This guy we have to get below a certain percentage of health, and then we have to shoot it with the mesmeric ammo. It is! Oh, so I gotta do 50% damage to it and then I gotta do a test. I don't have enzyme mutation ammo! I don't have enzyme mutation ammo! Stop shooting it! I might have to run. Damn it! Because I didn't have any enzyme mutation ammo, I now have to run back to base, grab some, come back and shoot this thing. You gotta make some ammo and hope it doesn't destroy the place and doesn't disappear. Can we put it in this gun? We can, okay. So we're good to go. But we gotta wait for the f***ing storm now. Enzyme bullet. It's time. It was now time to shoot it with the ammo and see what happens. what will happen. It's here. It's running. Why is it running? It's terrified. Hang on a second. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, so that's what they meant by unpredictable behavior. They don't usually run from a fight. It would appear you now have a mammoth-sized problem to clean up.
What the hell is it now? Agent? What am I looking at on my screen?
That would be a screenshot of your contractor's hard work, boss.
What? You can't let that thing get away. You'll have to take it out yourself. I don't have anyone else at your security level available. And it looks like it ran away from any UDA-designated outposts. Just be careful. If you get stomped by that thing, I'll have to send someone else in. And I don't have the budget for another detachment this month. Damn. Sort it out.
Mission complete. Your next contract will be found on your chosen contract list.
Well, finally on day 59 we finished that mission. It was a slog to get that mission done. However, it's done now, and it's probably time we start another mission and just keep the momentum going. However, our next campaign mission is the boss fight.
The entrance to the ice sheet. This is the one we have to get up to. This gets us to the ice sheet. So that one gets us to the ice sheet. So we have to beat this one, and then we can go to this one.
Attention, Prospector. The group has narrowed down the area where the suspect was recently residing. You must make your way to this location. The thief has tried to undermine our work on Icarus and is no longer due civilized treatment. Use of force is approved, expected even. All previous contractors have failed to apprehend this suspect. We expect better.
That little stunt we pulled with the audio log, they're watching us now. Holding us. This is big. Whatever we're messing with, it's big. Bigger than anything we've ever seen. The group can tell us where it is. You can listen to the recording.
Can't hear you, man. Getting serious.
And just like that, things have gotten so serious.
Ah, this is the location, Prospector. Now to get you inside. If you would take a quick look around the perimeter, a few of our previous contractors encountered obstacles.
What are these
Caution advised.
obstacles you're talking about? Come on. What have you got planned for me now? Oh, there's mines everywhere.
Aforementioned obstacles. You will need to clear a path.
I can only just see these mines, and I have to take them out with my gun to try and get past. Whoa! But before I knew it, a jaguar came out of nowhere. Hey, where's my chicken going? Then my team decided it would run straight into the minefield without any cares. Luckily, I had gotten rid of the ones just where it had run to. If it ran any further, it would have got blown up and died.
Why did something just blow up then? Did something just walk into one of the mines? We can pick this up?
Once I passed all the minefields, it was time to check out the encampment. It's not too bad, it looks a bit third world, but hey, we can build to this and make it a lot stronger. There's a scanner right there that we're going to have to activate.
This is the scanner. It needs to be powered. Seems like our thief built a defensible encampment for a reason. Data shows that when powered, this device will disturb local wildlife. You may want to prepare. I'm sure you can figure it out.
So now we have to prepare for this scanner to be activated. When it does, it's going to make all the wildlife come for me. Are we doing the right thing? Is there a reason why they're coming for this scanner? Is it causing problems for them? Are we actually the bad guys right now? Are they manipulating me into doing the wrong thing? Either way, we had to start the scanner. We have to see what's about to happen. And with that, every creature in the known neighborhood decided to come for me. Every single creature from one to the other. From flying creatures to the big scary demon dogs to the grown chickens that will come flying towards the base. There was no stopping it. The mines were taking out a bunch of them, but it was unmanageable. So many came for me, it was actually terrifying. As the battle waged on, they just would not stop. It was an endless wave of creatures. I killed one, 10 more would come. I killed 10, 100 more would come. It was endless. I don't know when this was ever going to stop, whether this base can even hold them all out. It's not strong enough in my opinion. It needs to have more spikes. It needs more landmines and it needs more defenses. And just like that, no! No! Just like that, they broke down one of the walls and I fell down in the middle of them. I thought this was the end of my life, so I fought for my life right now. I shot everything in my view and actually came out on top. I don't know how that even happened, to be honest.
I need to repair a bit. Give me a break.
And in fact, they weren't going to give me a break. In this defense, there was no breaks. There was no downtime. They kept going for that scanner and they wanted it off. This is why I think, are we doing the wrong thing? Is there something about this scanner that we don't know?
Oh no! No!
As I realize they're starting to take over the entire base, I'm trying to run to the side to survive and just not die. I'm trying to protect my tame at the same time from dying, for them getting in and killing it, and I had to make the hard decision. I need to leave.
I'm gonna get the f out of here.
I need to leave. I need to run right now, and I need to restart this mission at another time. I am not prepared for this. I need to come with more defenses, and I need to protect this place a lot better. I need more walls, more defenses, more landmines. On day 61, it was time to head back with all the gear. We've placed down all our defenses, we've reignited all the power, and guess what? It's time for this defense. I've got multiple walls down, I've got more landmines down, I've got more walls around my actual sensor as well, around the equipment I need to protect. These creatures are going hard, but this time I'm deciding to repair the walls more so, and then killing the guys, and then going out and repairing again. However, everything has a different idea of what I want to do. They're just attacking through the walls, there's flying creatures coming down from above. They're all surrounding me from underneath. I'm trying to do my best right now. This feels even harder than last time. I don't know why, but this is insane. The amount of creatures that are around here are actually broken. I don't know if I can survive this. Am I ever going to be able to pass this mission, or is this going to be a mission that I can't actually pass? This is scary. What do I do here? The wall just broke. Now I need to run. Everything's coming in to try and kill me. I need to jump up on this wall, try and hide from them all, and hope that they don't kill me. However, that's not how it works in this game, and I am surrounded by so many creatures right now, and I could die right now. I could die at this moment, right near the end, again. And if you think it couldn't get any worse, this wall now broke as well, and now I'm caught with my pants down. There's nowhere I can go. Everything's finding a way to come kill me. I don't know what to do anymore. Everything's starting to figure out. They're smart, they're thinking, they're clever girls. And then I got pushed off the wall again into the middle of it all.
Oh my god. Of course it's gonna happen right now, right? Right near the end. It's like 80% done. No!
Then, right at the end, I got killed. Luckily, I had a bed here. I could spawn back, get my gear, and get back into the fight. However, I was rather frustrated. I was so angry. This mission is almost over. It's taken me multiple days to be able to get to this point. I have still not passed it. I'm wasting days before the 100 days is over. I haven't got much left to go, and I still got so many missions to do. I'm getting frustrated with these guys, and they're starting to break into the main house now. I'm trying to defend my creature from this, and I'm thinking I might have to run again.
We died once, right at the end. I got so triggered, but look at all this.
However, I managed to pass it. I managed to pass this mission finally with little structures left. Almost everything got destroyed in this battle. All the walls, all the extra walls I added, all my main base that I had got destroyed. But now, it was going to be time to finish the mission finally. But it had to be one more flying little creature that had to come down and try and attack me. I turned off the generator. It was time to heal up my character. I felt like I was almost dead, but it was time to relax and actually take a moment to myself, heal myself before the end.
We're gonna run back over, get a beacon, come back.
So the mission split over into day 62. I had to head back to base to go get a beacon to identify the area that I've just finished the mission. I don't know why I need this. I don't know why they're asking for it, but we'll do it just because they're asking for it, so we need to do it anyway.
We've decided that the destruction of this site and surrounding area is in the best interests of the group. While we have no further use for this site, you may find useful items hidden around the criminals' encampment.
Warning, orbital laser charging sequence has begun. You have 30 seconds to evacuate the area.
If you value your life, then I'd recommend leaving the site now.
Well, now it's solidified. We're the bad guys. We are doing the bad bidding of these people. We just annihilated part of the map.
Another stellar assignment. Truly excellent work, Prospector. You may wish to consider joining the group full-time. We operate outside the traditional bounds of the UDA, but the group provides, especially for favored contractors such as yourself. We value loyalty and commitment above all else. The group always comes first. We look forward to working with you again.
I mean, I can't say the same about you because you're making me do some really bad things.
Hi, friend. This is an interesting one. Or it would be if it weren't so damn dangerous. They call this area the Null Sector. And, well, no one's ever walked out alive. The higher-ups have lost contact with the forward science team. Their goal was to set up outposts deep in the Null Sector. Allegedly, the place is a death trap, completely uninhabitable, very little natural resources, and it's unmappable. The brains say there's something going on at a molecular level. Hell, even looking at the area from orbit is disturbing. Gets worse the deeper you go, too. The UDA wants you to locate the team's first outpost. Figure out what's happened to them. You're gonna need a bloody miracle to get back in one piece.
Well, call me the Miracle Man because I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do that mission to the best I can. You're going to pay me even more than what I deserve, and we're going to map that area. I don't care how scary it is. It's going to get me into the new lava zone, and it's going to get me into the Null Sector, which I've never been to before, and I love exploring new places. On day 63, it was time for me to go find the entrance to the Null Sector. There's a long distance I have to cover. I have to go through places I've been before and to places I haven't been before. And one of the places I have been before is my base. I just checked it out and then I went to a cave that was just over to the side and I thought it was the entrance into somewhere. However, it was a dead end once again. I farmed a bunch of wood just in case I'm going to need it, and I also wanted to make some ramps up into the lava area that I went to. I made my way around the edge of this lava field and then I didn't realize I was actually really close to that boss that I fought a while back, and I ran for my life. Nope. I did not want to fight that thing again.
I'm out.
I made my way around further down through the lava zone and I found myself a cave. And this is the cave. This is the one we need to go through to get into the next section of lava and make our way to the Null Sector. This is the next step in exploration for me. Finally, we'd found the entrance to the next lava area, and this is a huge step for me. I'm finally going to make my way to the Null Sector and figure out what the whole deal is about it. As day 63 faded, it was time to move on to day 64. The time to come out the other end of the cave, see what we have in store for us over here. I know it's the beginning of the lava area where the Null Sector combines to, but I don't know what is actually out here. What's the storms going to be like out here? We found obsidian. We're finding a bunch of the resources we need for new building materials. That is one big, massive step. However, the storm outside right now is just brutal. There's amber ashes coming down from the sky like crazy, and we had to hide in a cave for a little while to stay safe. And we made a little base just outside the cave to have a little spawn point and a place of safety. I was told to make sure that I put down a lot of spawn points. I then made my way towards the Null Zone entrance, and we are just about to hit there. On the map, it says it's right up in front of me, and I'm a little bit terrified onto what's to come in the near future.
Attention, Prospector. This is an automated warning. You are approaching a known entrance to the Null Sector.
I think I was right to be nervous.
Mark this area as a black zone. Traversal is not recommended. The UDA will not be
there's a sign
liable
here.
to damages or losses sustained
Okay.
by prospectors who choose to ignore this warning. If you choose to proceed, it is highly recommended to over-prepare. If you choose to proceed, it is highly recommended to create a fallback staging area in this location. If you choose to proceed, it is highly recommended to contact loved ones and settle your affairs before you continue.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we found it. I'm going to destroy the barricade and see what happens.
Like I said, there's something weird going on with the imaging of this place. No matter what they try from orbit, they just can't get a clear picture of what's down there. Every bit of data the UDA pulls is just scrambled, completely unusable. But the eggheads think they've got a solution for you. They want you to leave a sort of breadcrumb trail using trail beacons.
After all the warning signs telling me to not continue forward, I'm going to continue forward. I need to place the first beacon at the entrance of the null sector and then continue my way through to find the outpost by connecting them all together on the way there. I moved my way outside the cave and I got another warning.
Attention Prospector. This is an automated warning. The UDA have marked this area as a black zone. Extreme weather and temperature fluctuations are frequent. The area is unlikely to contain usable resources. It's recommended to bring all supplies with you on entry. Harsh conditions will require you to construct shelter. Building way stations as you progress is strongly advised. If you choose to proceed, it is highly recommended to over-prepare. If you choose to proceed, understand no prospector has returned from null sector traversal. If you choose to proceed, you accept that under no circumstances will the UDA.
Okay, this day is ending very, very sussly. I'll bring you guys back in day 65. I started placing the trail beacons down all the way along until I found a good place to put down my first outpost. I started placing my first outpost down, made it nice and comfy and safe so that I can call the place home, and if I die I'm close to a spawn point and it's just a safe place to call home along the way. We're going to have to make many of these in this area because there is no way of getting back and we can't call the space shuttle from here. As I was placing down a bunch more trail beacons and I started running out of them, the storm started to rage on, but I also said to myself, wouldn't there be a better way to get back and forth from this area where I don't have to run all the way around, I can just go straight over the mountain and save a lot of time? Yeah, that was a bad idea. Oh, I feel sick. Whee! We have to make like the same amount of ramps again and then again because we have to go downwards after this. Alright. Oof! Off! Oh, I unlocked. What a full damage. I got an unlock. Because I almost died but survived the fall. In some special way, I unlocked a cool achievement of taking full damage yet surviving while trying to make a faster way into the other lava zone. Yeah, I don't know how I do it, but I just managed to just be amazing. Who knows? It just comes natural, to be honest. The null sector is not a place you really want to be. Everywhere I went, I had to make a base. The weather would change instantly, and it would be so deadly that it could kill you in seconds. So I had to hide in a base for a long period of time yet again. One that I ran into was fused with exotics, and it gave me exotics every time you killed it and harvested it. What's going on here? Why is that happening? What have I found here? Hello? Anybody home? And like that, I found the outpost of where the lost or the first survivor was that had gone into the null sector. This place is beautiful. It's a cool little outpost, however, there is a deep dark secret that had happened here. Something has happened. The person is missing. And the reason for that is very strange. Anybody here? It says, here, Rungawaya, here. Restricted entry, authorized personnel only. Well, I'm authorized, so... Ooh, there's something there. Ooh.
Most of the team can't sleep, myself included. It's been 4 days. 4 days! I don't think I could do this anymore. We've got to try and get us out of here. The comms are all kinds of fun. But this means be a team with an outpost further in. I think we can make it.
This'll do you for today. If I were you, I'd take the money and run. I'm sure the UDA will watch you heading into the next spot now that you've survived this one. I have no data on it, but I'd say it'll be pretty much like this area, if not worse. Out this way, it pays to be prepared for anything. Take care, my friend. I'm glad you made it. The UDA are ready for you to head into the next area of the null sector, the ice sheet. Data's pretty much non-existent in these parts. You'll be continuing to follow the trail of the scientific team. Or what's left of them. You in? Well now, you managed to get through the Ashlands. Nice work. The UDA want you to keep up that good work and push on through to the ice sheet next. I'd be on the lookout if I were you. I'll bet there's more of those weird creatures roaming around out there. Remember, chain those trail beacons, and you'll have a shot at making it back out of here. You're looking for another outpost. Here's hoping we can find them and get them out in one piece.
As I was trying to make my way through the rest of the null sector towards the ice sheet entrance, I got a little bit overheated. I don't know what caused it, but I was burning up. I was dying so fast, I had to run back to one of my little outposts, put on an air conditioner and sit here for a while. Once I had cooled down, I went to the entrance to the ice sheet and started to make my way through. This is interesting. This is the last section of the map that I haven't gone to before, and I don't know what to expect over here. No!
This area is nothing but fuzz on all the images we've tried to take so far. It's all distorted and grainy. Utterly useless. What we do know is that it's likely to be just as inhospitable as the Ashlands, if not worse. It's survival of the fittest out here, but you're used to that, right?
As I came into the ice sheet, I heard some thumping noises. What is that? I don't know what it is and I'm a little terrified. I placed down another outpost just inside this new ice sheet area with my heater, with everything I need to survive out here and to move on even further into this adventure. As I got the heater on, it started to get nice and warm and cozy in here. We put the door on and now it was a safe little haven for me to call home while we're over here. I had to build all the way up to this new area on top of the ice sheet, and then I saw something that I'd never seen before. My little speedy boy. Oh, what the holy sh... I'm supposed to fight that? This can't be the monster that I have to go against in the end, is it? It is massive. It's the size of a mountain. I am getting the freaking shivers right now. I am actually like getting watery-eyed. I have to fight that thing. Little did I know this wasn't actually the creature I had to fight. It's just a wild creature that walks around in the wilderness. It's terrifying, it's massive, and I'm probably the size of its toe. However, it is glorious and beautiful looking, and I feel like I might make my base around here somewhere. We found it, buddy. We found it. Look. And just like that, we found the other outpost. It was deep within the snow, near a cave that we need to explore.
Ah, shit. That's a shame. Looks like these guys were out of supplies and just let Icarus have them. Starvation really is a lousy way to die.
And just like that, we found the guys. They had starved to death. However, the base was still here and there was still a few supplies. So we checked on all the notes that they had left for us and tried to figure out the reason for the decline in supplies.
They keep telling me not right anymore. But I see amazing. I can see. How long has it been? They don't feel the same, but they don't see. They don't see. They want to leave. Oh, could we leave? No, we have to stay. We have to.
While they figure out how to get into the next section, I'd suggest you focus on recovering. That trek can't have been easy. Hell, I'm exhausted just from watching you, and I'm sitting on my ass in orbit.
I was told to get some rest, and I decided to do that here in the winter escape that is this little cabin. I had a fire, I had torches, I had a kitchen, I had everything I needed out here. I wanted to rest and just kind of take in the ambience of a nice winter wonderland. It may have sucked for them, they may have run out of supplies, but I've got plenty on me. So for me, this is an escape. It has a sad past, but will make it a bright future. I decided to go for a little adventure along this little raggedy walkway that was along the edge of a cliff that led its way to a cave that we're going to have to get into at some point real soon. Though we need to get in there, and we need supplies to be able to get into it, so we need to come back. Now that mission was over, I went back to base and it was time to get my first chicken. I wanted to start getting eggs and actually have a farm here, so it was cool to finally get my first farm animal. Then I also worked on some beehives. If I have the beehives and a bit of honey production and as well as some honeycomb production, then I can actually work on a few other recipes that I really need. I built all the pieces I need and realized that I actually built the wrong piece first and couldn't connect it until I had the other one. I made a chicken coop so that my chickens can go in there and start laying some eggs and producing me all the eggs I need to make some food recipes to help me with my health and health regeneration in the future. The beehive was finally done and it was time to head out once again. We went back to that outpost in the snow where we had to go check out that cave once again. We found some frozen wood. I'm guessing this is the way you get wood in this area. Really strange, I've never seen that before. Then I made my way around the bottom underneath the cave to look for the C4 that we needed to get in, and we found a lost crate.
Ooh! I found it! I found it.
The lost crate then gave us the C4 we needed to make our way along this riggedy-raggedy little walkway to go to that cave and blow up the wall to get in. It was time to enter this cave and find out what's in here and what secrets it holds. Blowing up the entrance of the cave, we're now making our way in here. We don't know what's in here. Is there creatures in here? Is there monsters in here?
Hello? Anybody? Ooh! Hello? Ooh! There's loot in here. Lots of like lights and stuff to set up mining equipment. Blood thinning. Anti-poison. We're going deeper in. Follow the voice. Hello? Hello? I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Why is it so far in and so cold at the same time? Hello? Hey! You alive here?
Prospector, Norix were clear that they were only willing to pay full price for the scientist if he were still alive and or mostly in one piece. They sent their commiserations and half of your usual fee.
They scammed me.
Interesting. While he seemed to think he was contagious, the initial analysis of the bodies shows that this exotic infection is transmitted via the surroundings of the null sector itself. Humans are always blowing things out of proportion, aren't they?
While passing this mission, this area above exploded open. Could it be an exotic vein that we can farm? As the sun rose on day 70, that mission was done. We waited inside our little cabin here just outside the cave to move on back to our base and start a new mission.
Prospector, we have need of your services once again. Our forward team has discovered a trail. The suspect is in this area. We believe they may be wounded. This is your chance to earn your place within the group. Failure will not be rewarded. After your performance on our last assignment, we are confident you will rise to the challenge.
I instantly headed out to go find the first survivor. However, he had passed away. He was no longer with us, and he had a really weird recording going on his body. I don't know what was going on. It sounded like a distorted version of the guy that we talked to. What's going on here?
Well, he never was the brightest. At least it looks like he recorded their trail before this happened. Follow it.
Now we're moving on to find out where the next guy is, and we've found this little cabin out in the lava zone.
Idiot. This is our agent's own camp. Let me look at that data again. How on earth did she tamper with it? And what are those things swarming all over the place? Get rid of them so we can search for information.
I proceeded to clear the area of all the hostile creatures that are around here. These bugs things blow up in your face and can actually do a fair bit of damage, and they follow you across the map.
Yo, I'm here. Come out with your hands up. Clear.
Sadly, the survivor is passed away. I don't know whether I may have killed him with that explosive that I just used, or whether he was already passed away in here.
I have scanned the area and ensured that no other contractors are in the vicinity. Rest assured, this will not stain your public record with the UDA. Only you and I will know the particulars of this assignment. Once completed, you'll
Now,
be...
hang on just a second. Prospectors aren't guns for hire. You think we do anything
Mr. Belinsky, how did you connect to this frequency?
You lying no good Group 15
Mr.
bitch.
Belinsky, this is a group-protected frequency, and...
Hey, friend. Ditch the suits and check this out. That data you sent me was more than just a recording. Guided me to a totally new spot. It's a bit of a trek, but by the sound of things, it's better than your current assignment. Friend, we've known each other a while, and I've never done you wrong. I need you to trust me. Let's go AWOL.
Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. I'm done with these guys. Let's get it done. So I started heading my way to the next location, running into a bunch of these creatures that were at the hidden location that we have right here.
What the heck? This place is cool. This is a cool little secret hideout.
The secret hideout is very, very well made. I brought my creature inside to keep it safe, and then it was time to suss out what this actually was. It was a fortified fortress, a little outpost to hide away from people and be secretive from these guys that we're apparently helping hunt. Apparently we've been a gun for hire, and we've been trying to help hunt down survivors rather than protect them and rescue them.
Looks like it's encrypted. I can get into it, but it's gonna take some time. Keep an eye out. I doubt the group will be happy you're now officially a deserter. She's activated a subwave locator on your suit. I knew they were still using those damn things. It'll attract every creature in a 2-mile radius. I need more time to get into this thing. Can you hold them off?
You got it, mate. I've been training for this. You know, they've been making me hunt down people. Now I'm going to defend this place with my life. Nothing's going to get in here. Do what you need to do, mate. I've got this. So I continued on defending this place with my life. This base was my last resort. They've activated something that would attract everything on me and try and take me out. Now I am the survivor that people are hunting, and I'm no longer the hunter. See how things change straight away when you don't do what they want you to do? You become their victim now.
Nicely done. Okay. Let's crack this thing open and...
Test. Alright. Hey there, Prospector. This has been a fun little chase. I'm actually kind of impressed. Most of the Group 15 goons don't last that long. You did pretty well. Listen, they're probably trying to get rid of me by this point. I've got black data on them. They really don't want anyone else knowing. I can explain everything, but I'm in a bit of a situation. You can find the evidence for yourself not too far from here. I'll leave directions with this log. But I'd gear up if I were you. The only reason the group hasn't destroyed it is because of my rather dangerous friend living nearby. Good luck. Mo out.
Damn it, Mo. What about your family? Your crew? What about... I've thought about her stuck down here every damn day. Wondering how I could have stopped it. How I could have saved her. But now I find out that she chose to stay and abandon everyone she knew and loved. For what? This evidence better blow the lid off Group 15.
So now the only way to get this information and show the proof to everybody is to take out that lava monster once again. So let's prepare and get ready for a fight. It's now day 71 and I'm building my defenses. I'm going to draw it towards this cave. Then I'm going to fight it here with all these walls, bunch of spikes and spike walls put out the front. To do as much damage as I can, I'm going to take this thing out.
And we'll just make the wires go outside. Just have the generator in a fallback. So I don't know if this is going to help at all. However, it's an idea.
While I placed down the rest of my defenses, I contemplated whether this was a smart idea. Am I willing to go into this fight again? Last time, I got annihilated. Will I win this time? But this is what we trained for. We are training also for the final boss. If we can't beat this, can we beat that final boss in the end? This will be a great test for us. So I headed my way over there to go draw the little creature out. It's not so little though.
Can't see him.
Oh, there he is. Come on. Oh,
man.
Oh, I gotta run. I gotta run. I gotta run.
Friend she was talking about. Good luck, Prospector. It's all been leading to this.
And I had it chasing me. This was the idea. I had landmines down waiting for it. One of the landmines hit me. Oh, everything started coming for me as well. It wasn't just that creature.
It's not good already.
I thought I was going to die already at the start. No, 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 no. However, I'm a survivor. I made my way past my wall. It got distracted by the spikes that I had outside. This allowed me to get inside, heal up, and prepare to fight him. This was going to be a battle for the ages. I had to sit here, blasting it with armor piercing and many other types of ammo to try and do as much damage as possible. It was destroying my base rather quickly, to be honest, and when I used explosive ammo, I was accidentally destroying my own base as well. However, it was protecting me, and it couldn't get in this cave. So, I got a good spot right underneath it and started blasting away. This was a great plan, and at the moment it was actually working.
Doing damage to my own building using this, but I don't care. Still a bit of damage. Still a bit of damage. He's half dead. He's half dead. He's half dead. Whoa! The f was that attack? Holy sh! He's almost dead. We've almost got this. No, 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 no. Ha! You just got blown up by a landmine. Oh, you're getting done by the spikes now, buddy. Kind of hurts a little bit, doesn't it? It hurts donut. It hurts donut. Oh, you're getting fire. You're flamed. You're getting armor pierced. He's about to die. Dead! Let's go! Get absolutely wrecked. I outsmarted you.
And just like that, I defeated the monster. I outsmarted it.
I knew you would. And then now, let's find whatever Mo needs us to find. Those coordinates? Location is likely a cave, but somewhere along that cliff.
Anybody in here? What is this
I
place?
don't like this.
Prospector, you must leave this area at once.
Why? Why do you not want me in here?
What the hell are these markings? What the hell have you been messing around with down here?
That's classified.
Classified my ass. Keep going, Prospector. Dear God. Is that...
Mr. Belinsky, I really must insist.
There were people here.
Not people. This information is classified. You do not have group clearance to discuss such...
Fine. Not people as we know them, but still, the poor creatures. You knew about this. Even before the terraforming, you knew.
Subspecies 1341 were known to the group, yes, and deemed to be an unintelligent life form with no practical use for humanity.
Unintelligent? Are you kidding me? Just look at this place. Look at it. Oh, God, is that a child? I think I'm gonna be sick.
The creatures were deemed to be non-sentient by the group. The fact that they were unable to adapt and survive the terraforming process proves that.
Oh, sure. I'd like to see you survive the toxic hell we dumped on Icarus.
That's enough. You don't get to...
Oh, friend. I found another file on the data we decrypted. Playing it for you now.
What you're seeing here is no lie. The group knew that these creatures lived peacefully on Icarus. As part of the first team of exogeologists, I had my suspicions. The reports were too clean, too quick. We were rushed into starting the process, regardless of what it meant for native life. I was not the only one who knew, but my colleagues backed down, one by one. The group will kill anyone they need in order to keep this under wraps. So watch your back. For now, I'll keep hiding, keep exploring. Seems the least I could do is learn more about them. If you ever want to help my cause, find me. You seem to be one of the good ones. And please, tell Sol it's not his fault. It was never his fault. Mo out.
Alright, Clark. If that's even your real name. It seems we have ourselves a situation.
A situation indeed. I already have a team en route to your location, Prospector. You should have known better than to go poking around in the group's business, and as for you, Belinsky...
Now, let's not be rash about this. While you were pulling your hair out trying to keep this shit quiet, I took the liberty of uploading all the logs we've gathered over the last few weeks.
Uploaded? How dare...
Don't blow a gasket now. It's all been sent to a secure, private server. However, if anything were to happen to my partner here, or myself, that information will be beamed to every news station on Earth and orbit.
You have no right to distribute Group 15 property.
You're not really in a position to be making demands or threats. Call off your dogs. Are we clear on this?
You two will not be safe for long, Belinsky. The group finds a way. Always.
Then you better get going. So long.
Ugh.
Ta-ta. You all right, friend? Wow, what a ride. I meant what I said. The data is secure. But I wouldn't trust the group for any more assignments. They're gonna try and find a way around our little deal. But it buys us some time. Keep this information to yourself for now. We'll need to lay low for a bit. I had hoped Mo was still with us, but now I know why she left. I just wish things were different. We need her help to move on this. Wonder what other shady dealings Group 15 have been hiding. Keep a weather eye open. It's just you and me for now.
With us out there on our own now, and we've defected against Group 15, it's time to go towards the boss fight now. That is our main goal for this now. On day 72, we took back our loot that we got from the boss fight, or from the mini boss fight, and decided, you know, we're going to chuck it in this machine, and we're going to see what kind of resources and unlocks we can actually get with it. We chucked it in, and surprise to me, I can get a lot of upgrade credits to be able to upgrade my legendary weapons, which is actually awesome. I wonder if I can go against that boss fight again and just completely upgrade my weapons in preparation for this final fight. We got so much loot from that. I am so happy with that. We moved over to the next mission, and we actually found the guys we were looking for in the null zone.
Hey guys, I'm here. What do you need?
However, what they needed was they needed to be healed. So I needed the heal device to find out what they all needed, and many of them needed oxygen, food, water, and many other things as well. I didn't have everything on me. So now we have to head back to base. After healing whoever we can and doing whatever we can, we now have to get back with more supplies. Sadly, I wouldn't know this, but I would be walking back and forth between this base about 3 or 4 times because I didn't realize I needed specific things. Day 74 and 75 blended together. I had to go back and forth between the base and the objective and bring a bunch of meds and everything. This time I was fully stockpiled to finish this mission. I have all the meds, water, everything I need, oxygen, everything this time. I was going to complete it and make sure I didn't have to come back again. Until he offered me another mission once I actually completed this one for him.
What a relief. Thanks a lot, mate. Absolute legend. We'd have been done for if you hadn't shown up. If you got time, we could probably use a hand getting back up and running here. But if you got places to be, I get it.
I accepted the rest of the mission, however I do have places to be. I went back to base and started filling up all the resources of both biofuel and water. We had to bring biofuel, water, and a bunch of parts to repair their truck. However, I got a little bit bored and I kind of wanted to upgrade my base and add this little outside area for my tames. I wanted to have a little courtyard for them to go and graze in and hang out in. But now it was time to head back over to that location and finally bring the resources to them. Little did I know that I wasn't going to have enough of the liquid of both water and biofuel to be able to finish this mission, and I would have to come back yet again. This is why day 74 and 75 are together, because I spent 2 days going back and forth doing this mission. It actually drove me insane. It pushed me to the breaking point. However, I still wanted to add all the parts so that at least that was done. I didn't have to carry those all the way back. And then I would bring back the resources so that we could finish the mission and get our reward. We need as many points as we can to be able to upgrade our weapons and buy all the resources we need, get the better armor, and prepare for the boss fight. So getting all these missions done. It's also a personal goal I want before I finish to pass as many missions as I can before we go against the boss fight. We passed a bunch of this mission. However, like I said, the last thing we needed was the water and biofuel. We came back with the rest of it and started filling it all up. This would then end that mission finally. Now all we had to do was talk to our guy and claim our reward. That was a doozy of a mission.
Back in the day, I was a captain. Guys here used to be in my squad. We came to Icarus together after things hit the fan back on Blue. So the name stuck. But out here, we're all equal.
On day 76, I started heading back to base, and this would start one of the worst series of events I've had yet. First, one of those bugs came in and almost killed me. Then one came in from the outside and almost killed me. Then I looked down and a horse was kind of attacking stuff down below and just being stupid, so I was like, oh, and then I fell. I literally fell down into the horse and almost died. Then I had to fight the horse, fight an alligator. Dude, that was like an escalation of the worst things that could happen in a row. I swear, like, that was pure bad luck. However, I wanted to upgrade the rest of my base. It was starting to look really nice. It was like an observatory in here, or some kind of like greenhousey kind of see-through roof where I can see the lightning and all the rain and everything through the top, and it allows my creatures to have a little bit of sunlight and enjoy themselves a little bit. I care about my creatures. Then we had to make these medical bags to go do this other mission, which is go find more survivors and rescue them. We found the medical pod, which was in the lava just here. Now we just have to find all the people. If we can find them, bring them back, then we can send them off to the space station and save them. We want to save people now. We were the gun for hire, now we're the gun for savior. So now we're going to save everybody. We found our first guy laying here. He's not looking too good, but if we chuck him in the bag, we can pick him up and take him back to the medipod and rescue him for once. Then I picked him up, chucked him in the back, and it was time to chuck him on the back of my tame and then run him back to the pod. This was going to be our first save since we became the gun for hire, and it felt good to finally do good things rather than all the stuff that the Group 15 were trying to make us do back in the day. Hunting people down and killing them, that's not what we do anymore. So with our first save, we felt better. Our conscience was starting to get clean and clear, and now all we have to do is save the rest of them, and once we've done that, we can feel good about ourselves for once. However, it was night time and we took camp inside of a cave. It was time to sleep for the night, and we're going to continue the mission on the next day. Hey man, I went straight past you. Sorry about that. And just like that, we found Simmons, the second guy and the final guy that we need to save. And once he's back, we've done our job. Our positive karma should be coming in aplenty right now. Simmons, we're there. We get Simmons back to the pod. It was time to load him up. We'll complete this mission and save his team members.
Thanks, mate. Seems I owe you once again. Now, I'm not due for rotation for another couple of years, but if you ever find yourself back on Earth, you have a place to stay with us. Kia kaha, mate. I'm sure the UDA will sort you out for looking after us. Kiwis, let's move out.
The start of day 78 seemed to be an indicator of what's to come. Is this a foreshadowing of my battle in the coming days against the boss? The storms were raging, the lightning was smashing down, my base was barely holding on. There was fires around everywhere and my creatures were terrified. However, I won't waver, I will protect them against everything. Whether it be the boss, the lightning, anything that comes my way, I will protect them. I then went and looked at the legendary weapons and realized I can actually purchase a legendary license if I have enough points. So I started selling a bunch of my other points to be able to get enough eventually and buy another legendary weapon. I went over and started a new mission where I had to go suss out this floater. I thought automatically that I had to shoot it and kill it. No, I have to test it. I have to put down an item, which is a kind of machine that makes the floater come to it. However, the floater, when it drops its gas, freezes you in place and you can actually get permanent permanently stuck there. It needs specific resources to be put into the item, and then the floater will see if it likes it, and it will have a different reaction. We have to test what item is best to take this thing out. So first we start off with stone. However, I didn't realize at the time that I would get permanently stuck here for a while because of the floater's attack, and it got me caught here for quite a long time. I finally got free, and the next thing I had to do was gold. Gold was the next test, and it didn't fully work. It did kind of make it enjoy it. However, I got away from its attack this time and didn't get stuck. It moved towards it and seemed to enjoy the gold. However, it wasn't quite the resource that it really wanted. So we had to try a new resource eventually.
What are you doing, buddy? Ghostbusters? Is it capturing it? He really likes it. What the f...
Sadly, it gave up on the gold, and it wasn't quite the resource. Like I said, it wasn't quite the resource that it needed. We have to figure out what it needs now. They're suggesting to get sulfur, and you would think with a creature like this, sulfur would be perfect for it. So I put some sulfur in there, and it permanently got me stuck again. It got me. Then I tried again, and it missed this time. So now we're free and we're ready to go. Will this attract it? What will it do to it? Let's try. Let's chuck the sulfur in there and see if it works. Please let this work, because I've been working on this all day and I am getting sick of this mission already. We put the sulfur in and we're waiting to see what happens.
I don't see this working out well. I've never seen that before, and I guess that's why you're here. The Assembly are going to appreciate this and pay well.
It seems that using the sulfur, it consumed it and it ended up making it die. So that's another mission completed and a bunch more credits made. Now we can work towards more legendary weapons and upgrades, and also towards our boss fight. We had to stop off in our little cabin that was near that cave for the night because it was freezing cold and it was full on night time. If I kept going, I would have died. So I had a nap for the night.
You and me, buddy, we have a date. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow.
Yeah, it's day 79, and I thought I had to actually fight this guy. I thought this was the final boss. However, it's a creature that wanders this planet in the snow. He wasn't actually the boss that I was going to end up fighting. However, I wanted to make an outpost here, my snow outpost, and this was the perfect location. Right near this creature where it could watch over me, and we can sit back with a fire and just watch its majesticness move around the snow, wobbling the ground as it goes, as a great beast that it is. It is beautiful and terrifying at the same time. However, it's so majestic that it must be the perfect place to build a base. With the snowstorms that come in here, with the windows that I'm building on the side of my place, and the fireplace, the atmosphere is unmatched. I absolutely love this location, and I feel like this could be the end goal base location for the 100 days. As I sat in base and the footsteps crushed the ground as he walked, and he scratched his back with his massive horns, I sat in base just admiring this creature that is out there. Even my tame was mesmerized by this creature. I've never seen something so massive in an open world PvP building game. And this world is amazing. As the day came to an end, I waved goodnight to my new friend and went to sleep for the night. The next day it was time to use the thumper in the main cave to respawn all the loot in here so we could start preparing for the boss fight. This cave would spawn back so many pieces of resources that it was a necessity. I always spoke about coming here and doing this, and now it was time to actually live up to my word. I went here, took out the first worm creature, and the rest of them after that were easy. It didn't take long and I had finished respawning all of the resources. Now it was time to farm it all, close it out for a day. It took the entire day to farm all of this.
Sinitai never screw around, and it's worth your while to impress them. Sinitai have the best sats in the sky, so they'll be watching you.
I was hanging out in base and I was having a little bit of an evening nap until Mr. over there decided to wake me up in the middle of the night, and I could say I woke up in a cold sweat would be pretty honest to me. Because I couldn't sleep, I decided that I would start building a bunch more to my base and fortifying it and just expanding as much as possible. I was quite proud with how much it came together. This base looks beautiful, and then for the rest of the day, I just kind of sat here and admired the view. I admired the majesticness of the creature and the snowstorm that had come in. This snowstorm covered my base in so much snow that I couldn't see my roof anymore. I couldn't see outside for the life of me, and the creature had disappeared as well. I need something to be able to clean all this snow off. I don't know if it's going to collapse my roof in at all. I don't know what to expect. I've never lived in a snowstorm. However, it looks beautiful and the thunder is clapping, the lightning is shooting. We need to get inside and just rest for the rest of the day. As the storm subsided over, it started to clear out and it looked beautiful once again. The day was coming to an end and we're only 19 days away from the end of this challenge. It's time to prepare, do the final missions, and put a close to this 100 days challenge. On day 82, I was woken from a little nap in front of the fireplace by the beast. He seems to be very active all the time. However, I had to farm a bunch of resources to start making some poison paste. Some poison stuff that's going to be put into this dispenser that I connect up to a generator and apply to a certain location to do this mission.
Okay, let's get this show on the road.
With everything crafted, I popped back over to my snow retreat, and I wanted to do a bunch of upgrades to kind of put it to a place where I'm really happy with, aesthetically and functionally. This base is starting to come along really well, and I can tell you now, the vibes that I'm getting from here are like Last of Us vibes, with the snowstorm coming in and it being a cliff top kind of ski resort looking place. The ambience living here, almost like I'm in a safari right now and there's a massive dinosaur outside my base. And every time I wake up, I'm excited because this thing is just majestically walking around, and my god, is it beautiful. However, I continued upgrading the base a bit more, and then I made my way over to start working on this mission. I had to build a little outpost out here with a generator and put the dispenser out there and get this mission started. On day 84, I started making my way over to the next part of the mission. However, I had to call into one of my outposts to hang out there for a little bit because a storm started to rage and I honestly didn't want to die halfway through this mission. I'm not far away from hitting the 100 days and we haven't actually died that often, so surviving is a must for me right now. And I can tell you what, it actually looked pretty nice out here. We went to the next location to put the poison gas out, put down a little outpost for the generator, and it was almost about time to get this started. And then I got this warning from our guy.
I'd back up if I were you.
And that was ominous. Guess what showed up? The worm monster from the previous planet we were on. What is this doing here? I didn't think this spawned on this planet. And it was a battle for the ages. I had better weapons this time, better ammo, and I was more prepared. I should be able to beat this monster with no problems at all. I underestimated how strong my armor was, and I thought I was dying. I didn't look down in the bottom left-hand corner. However, I was actually taking the hits pretty well. I started to just shoot with only reloading one bullet. However, it didn't matter because I had beaten it.
I thought we were gonna lose you there for a second. Okay. That's not scary. At all.
Honestly, I thought I was probably going to die before, but I survived pretty well. Then the other location that we put it down at started having a bunch of creatures spawn at it and come for me as well. The third location had a bunch of the drifters come around and start dropping on top of the base. By the end of it, there was a fair few of them around. I had to take them all out so they didn't actually destroy the building that I had put down there, and so that I would actually pass the mission. Whether the gas is doing its job, it's looking a little creepy out here right now. It's looking super ominous out here. I wonder if it's like some kind of spec ops mission. We'll get him, we'll go in there, put that mask on, we'll take him down.
That's everything. You did it, and lived to tell the tale. Which is more than a lot of folk can say. Because they're dead. If you're aiming to impress Sinatai, I'd say you succeeded.
It's day 85. That was a good sleep. Hey buddy. You alright? You going good? Yeah, cool.
As the morning fog rolled in, I had a cup of coffee in the morning and just kind of took in the fog and the atmosphere and the creature that's outside just chilling. Then I went and bought myself another legendary weapon, the flamethrower.
Yeah, buddy.
I've got a job for you, if you don't mind. As long as you're getting them what they want, Yunayo have got your back. Just don't disappoint them.
So on day 85 I did actually accept another mission, however I got distracted by the little mini world boss and decided, you know what, I'm strong enough to take on this creature now, why not give it a go? I had a flamethrower now, I have multiple different legendary weapons, I have good ammo and everything, I have good armor, I should be able to take this thing on, right? And his health was actually going down really fast. I was actually really keen because this could be an easy boss fight and get some extra items to be able to get more legendary weapons and upgrades and that. Then I realized that each time you kill one, they explode into smaller versions of them, and they absolutely annihilated me. Like, I'm not even joking, these things destroyed me. I came back to get my loot and snuck up on the body, however all the little separated ones were still there and they locked on to me instantly. I was quick enough to just grab my gear and then just run, however they hit me pretty hard and I almost died. I got up onto a ledge right near there and started taking them on, killing a bunch of them, but they were doing like lobbing attacks that would come up above me and do damage to me, and every time I killed even a smaller one, another lot of smaller ones, and they multiplied again. I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to beat this boss. Every time I try and beat him, they just go into like a little cocoon and then spawn more again. This creature is impossible. I gave it a good go, but I died a few times and it was time for me to go give it a rest. On day 86, I actually figured out that I accepted the mission that I've cancelled probably twice already now. The one where you have to get all the different foods and resources and stuff. And I don't really want to do this mission. It seems boring to me and I'm just not really keen on it. I don't need to do this. I want to do the boss fight and that's what I'm going to focus on now. So we cancelled the mission again. Day 87 and 88, I actually wanted to make myself a little lava compound, like a lava castle. My idea was to build across the lava of a lake that's just here and build on that little island out there.
Alright, well, I think we have to rethink our base location because we can't live on the lava, it's too far. Even with multiple air conditioners.
And I realized that I couldn't live there. Even with multiple air conditioners, it wouldn't stay cold enough. I was burning up and I was dying. So I found a better spot next to this beautiful tree that's just here, overlooking some landscape, and I think I like this location more, to be honest. I started building it, added my air conditioner so I can be cool while I'm building this, and started just coming up with a random design. I really wanted to have my own little castle in the lava. A little outpost, but at the same time, just be creative and have a cool little spot in every little region that there is in this world. And to be honest, it came together really nicely. I made it into a nice little wood shack on the inside. However, it was Sicario brick on the outside, which was resistant to the heat and looked really cool. I actually really like this. It is so beautiful. Day 89 to 91 blended together like it was nothing. I didn't realize how many days actually passed by, but I was farming for the life of me for this boss fight. And then on the way home, a storm started raging in. The flying creatures came out of nowhere, tried to kill me. Everything wanted me to die and didn't want me to go against this boss fight. It's like the creature was summoning some kind of lightning god to prevent me from getting to this fight, but it's not going to stop me. I got back inside base. It's time to put my resources inside the smelter and wait out this storm. then, when the storm's over, it's time to go build ourselves a treehouse in the swamplands, because I've always wanted a treehouse in the swamplands while I've been doing this playthrough, and by God, I'm going to do it. So that's what we're doing. We're building that right now, and oh my God, I'm actually really loving this. I started building my treehouse and it was coming on really well. I found the perfect location and the perfect starting point, and just like that, it came together like it was absolutely nothing. If you've made it this far into the video and you've made it almost to the boss fight, I'd like to thank you for sticking around so long. I know it's a long video and there's a lot of content to this. However, I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Today was the day. Day 92 was the day I was going to take on the boss finally. I've got all my ammo, I've got all my food, I've got everything I need, all my meds, all my prefab building pieces, everything I need to take on this boss fight. However, I don't even know what to expect, so I'm over preparing for this fight. I went in with half my stuff to see just what would happen if I went in there. Can I come back out? Can I go in and it just puts me straight into the fight? Then I found out that I can actually go in and out of the boss fight, but it will cancel it. So I brought all my stuff in, built myself a little fob inside the arena on top of a little pillar, and now it was time to try and start the fight. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I walked around with my weapon out and had a look to see where he was and how I start this. And then the health bar popped up and I didn't know where he was until I saw the creature in the distance running directly for me, and he was coming fast, throwing icicles at me, half destroying my base instantly, and it was on. I didn't realize this is something that I was probably never going to be fully prepared for. This creature is a beast, and he's coming for me. I'm so glad that I built up on this pillar. He is massive. This creature is crazy. Oh, GG. However, I came prepared. I brought probably 4 different types of ammo. One is to reduce the armor that he has, one stops him from healing, another one does poison, and another one is armor piercing. So with a mixture of them all, I was able to do a heck of a lot of damage really quickly through his armor and to his health. However, all the Vespers were doing a lot of damage to me and my structure. They just kept going and going and going. There was no time to be able to repair, there was no time to be able to fight back. Every time I killed one, 3 more would come, and the boss was actually annihilating me. These Vespers were causing the most damage, and they are probably what's going to be the end of me. And then before I know it, my base started to fall down. I had no protection at all. I had to fight for my life right now. There is nothing I can do but fight right now. I'm running out of ammo, I'm running out of health. The armor is keeping me alive right now, but these Vespers are doing so much damage. As I try and heal, I can't because I'm getting hit so often. Then I decided I'm going to switch back to my gun, try and take some of them out, and then heal. However, they didn't let up. No matter what I did, they just kept attacking. I tried to heal, and sadly, it was too late, and I died and failed the boss fight. My fear was that I couldn't get back into the boss fight arena and actually get my gear, that it would despawn. However, it was still there, I could grab it. Boss fight, the bosses despawned and I would obviously have to start it again. However, that's for another day. We're going to go back, rearm, and then we'll come back again to do this boss fight properly and with the right ammo. I headed back to base, and when I was there on day 93, I was overheating inside my own base, and it looked like something was going on, like some weird storm was happening. Everything went a weird color, and then it just went back to normal, and I was trying to understand what the heck is actually going on. Why is my base and my world going weird? I was overheating. Is my house on? Oh! The tree inside my base had been hit by lightning and now it's on fire. It could catch my base on fire, so I freaked out trying to find my fire extinguisher. Couldn't find it, so I decided to just sit there and watch it burn and just end the day there with all the gear I've got ready for my boss fight. Let's get back into the boss fight. On day 94, it was time to head back to this boss fight with way more gear than I had before. I grabbed myself a bunch of barricades, some spikes, the right ammo this time because I actually forgot it last time, and it was time to place down the cake. This cake would give me extra health, so my health would go up to about 1200. This would allow me to be able to maintain my health way better. If I can keep it at 1200, then keep healing it back to that with my health potions, then...
Right, we've got 1200 health.
I had a plan. After that first fight, I've learned from my mistakes, and you know what I'm doing this time? I'm going to attack him and do as much damage to him to reduce his armor as quick as possible. Then, when the Vespers start to spawn out, I'm going to kill every single one of them and then go back to attacking him. That's my plan now. Do not let Vespers get a foothold. If I can keep them under control and make them so they can't spawn, then I keep fighting the boss and I keep killing them. I switch in between both of them and it shouldn't be that much of a battle. If I can take them all out and not let them build up in numbers, then it should be a lot easier. The combination of the different ammos is working really well. It's doing armor piercing as well as doing health damage and poison damage, as well as not allowing him to heal. I've already got him down a third of his health and I haven't even actually been fighting him for that long. I've come up with the perfect plan to beat this boss. I've learnt from my mistakes and now it's time to beat him. This is what it's all about. If you can't win the first time, you learn, you adapt, and you get better. And it was just about to be the end of the fight, and I put in the last few bullets into him. I was so excited that I would finally beat this boss. This 100 days would come down to this moment right here.
Armor piercing to finish him off. I got this. He's dead. Easy. Clapped. Absolutely clapped.
I finally beat the Rimtusk, and oh my god, was that a relief. I had finally done it. The biggest achievement of the entire world.
Your progress, establishing a secure link to speed dial contact, my favorite boss.
Yes, yes. Oh, thank God, yes. I knew you'd do it. No sweat, no problem. What a relief. I never have to think about this ever again, and neither do you. Get those parts harvested and send them up to orbit, stat. They'll go straight to my guys at the R&D lab. The UDA will never find out. Hopefully. You wouldn't talk, right? No, of course you wouldn't. Agent?
Yes, boss.
Override. Wipe all log records, erase verbal history for this job ticket.
Confirmed. What were we talking about again?
Good work out there, contractor. We'll be in touch again in the future. Until then, goodbye.
You've beaten the Rimtusk. We used techniques to defend and survive. We learnt from our last one, and we won. And just like that, the Rimtusk was finally beaten. The one boss fight I had to do to beat the 100 days. It was day 94 and I had beaten it. Oh my god, was this a challenge to get to and to beat. I had to work so hard to get here, and to know that I finally achieved it and did it on hard mode, and did it on hard mode as well, is a real big achievement in my opinion. I feel like with each 100 days, I'm getting better and better at this game and at survival. I wonder what the next map's gonna have in store for me. However, we got a couple more days to go, so let's get into it. On day 95, it was time to go back to base with all our loot from that fight. It was time to send it off to the space station and get some new legendary weapons.
I can get this though, which is annoying. Can't get that.
I am so keen to try out all these different legendary weapons, but there's only certain ones I can actually get. So, in choosing from all those ones that I can actually get, I decided on a couple. I wasn't too sure whether they were going to be good or not, but I wanted to test them out to see if I made the right decision in my 100 days on what ones I actually got at the start. I upgraded my rifle and it was a beast now. It was taking things out with ease. Then I tried out the javelin launcher and it was extremely underwhelming. Takes too long to reload and I just don't like it as an item. Then I tried the pistol and the pistol was actually really fun to use. I killed many of the creatures around the area and just enjoyed myself. Day 96 I made the big chandelier from the Vistage that I got from the boss fight. However, it was massive. The thing was so big that I would have to have the biggest base just to make it look like it fit. I tried to put in all my bases and it just didn't fit at all. It was the size of my base, so I couldn't use it, and that was a little bit of a disappointment. And then it came to day 96, 97 and all the other days, and the days just blended together. As the days passed by, I went to each of my base locations to reminisce on all the different adventures that I had along the way, whether it be my snow mountain ski resort base or it was my swamp base that was in a tree. I went back and just enjoyed the ambience of it all. I would like to thank each and every single one of you guys that have watched this video all the way through. I know it's a long video and I really appreciate every single one of you. I put a lot of time and effort into this video. It's taken me months to record and edit, and I hope you guys see that in the quality of the video. But until then, I'll leave you with the rest of it. Enjoy. And on day 100 we reminisced on where we came from and where we got to.
No, scary horsey. What the fuck is that? Clapped. Absolutely clapped.
Thank you once again to every one of you. Until next time, see you later.